The following is a presentation of Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
The Kitchener Rangers built for a deep playoff run. The young Saginaw Spirit looking to make their first playoff impact with a roster full of young players. The result through 2 games in Kitchener, a 2-0 Ranger lead, was expected, but the way we got there may be a little bit different than a lot of people would have anticipated. The series shifts back to Saginaw for game number 3. Hi, everybody. We welcome you back to the Dow Event Center for the first time in what feels like a long time as this season series or this postseason series comes back here to home ice for the Saginaw Spirit. My name's Dylan Clark. Thanks so much for being with us here for this one. Jack Snovice will join us later on in the broadcast. The Rangers have outscored the Spirit 10-4 through 2 games so far here in this series. They have a commanding 2-0 advantage, but a win tonight in game 3 could be a stranglehold for the Rangers. For Saginaw, it could be a lifeline to make it a 2-1 series and really make things interesting. The numbers between these two teams as they stand so far, you see Christian Humphreys at the top of the list in scoring here in this opening round series. The shot advantage heavily skewed toward the Rangers. They were perfect 3 for 3 on the power play in game 1. And a couple of players to keep an eye on here as this series shifts back to Saginaw. Sam O'Reilly, the former London Knight turned Kitchener Ranger. He's won 54% of his faceoffs in this postseason series so far. Had the game-winning goal in game 2. Had 2 in game 1 before that. Certainly no stranger to the ice here at the Dow Event Center. Sam O'Reilly leads the Rangers into game 3. And across the way for the Spirit, their captain, Dimas Yilkin. One of their standout performers all season long, one of their standout performers in game number 1. 2 goals and an assist on the playing surface where he watched his older brother Danny do playoff battles with the Rangers. He gets to captain his team back here on home ice tonight, looking for Saginaw's first win of the series. We take a break here. When we come back, Spirit head coach Chris Lazary had a lot to say about the 2 games in Kitchener and what he expects here out of his team coming back home. Coach's Corner with Chris Lazary is coming up after this.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh & Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh & Associates. Retirement made clear.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at GoGreat.com.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner as this opening round series shifts back to Saginaw here with Spirit head coach Chris Lazary. And coach, you go back through those first two games in Kitchener. You hold 3 different leads in game 1, and you hold the Rangers to just 18 shots through the first 2 periods of game number 2. You're down 2-0 in this series, but does it feel like there's a lot to kind of build on here as things come home?
I mean, like, we have a lot of things that we're clinging to as positives. There's we go through the video and you look at opportunities in both games where, like tweaks, adjustments, plays we need, things we need to do to give ourselves a chance to win. And you hope you do those tonight. But we're down 2-0 against one of the best teams in the league. We feel we've been right there. It could be 2-0 us, split, whatever the case may be. We got to find a way here to win a game tonight.
Things were really tight in the first 2 periods of game number 2. An early goal in the third period. Just what changed in that third? How did things kind of shift going through those final 20 minutes?
Yeah, we just didn't, I think, like young team, when they scored that first one, it's like now everyone tried to do everything by themselves and we lost our way a little bit. We've talked about, like, you got to stay to what you're trying to do and trust your process and use all 5 guys. I thought we got a little scrambled, a little individualistic and tough play there by Roscoe in the middle. They rim a puck. I don't know if it hit the ref or whatever. Hit comes out in the slot. You almost like surprised by it, holds on to it 1 second too long, ends up in the net. Then we're running from there. But, we felt if we're going to just win 1 period there, we're coming back 1-1. So we're close, but we're going to need to find a way here tonight.
We talked before game number 2 in Kitchener about just remembering some of the defensive zone assignments and stuff for the guys in their own end. Do you feel like that's gotten better as the series has gone on?
Yeah, we don't feel like we're bleeding chances off the rush or in zone, really. Like, when you look at what these guys have been able to do to a lot of teams in the league throughout the year, I think we've done a pretty good job limiting a lot of the looks they want to get. Like, are they going to get scoring chances? For sure. They're an elite hockey club, but like, we've also had some real good ones as well. So, there's a few more things to keep tightening up. We went over a few tweaks this morning, and we had to put those in our game to give ourselves a good chance to win.
And the series is what it is. You're down 2-0 coming back home, but just how good is it to finally come back home here and have some playoff hockey on home ice, especially for the younger guys on the squad?
Well, when you're down 2-0, I think every coach will say, like, you're never in trouble till you lose on home ice. I think that's a slogan for guys that are down 2-0 in the series, but we real feel good about our home. We got last change in front of our own crowd. We feel like we play a little bit better here as a team. I mean, we're going to need our best game on this ice that we played here all night to make this series 2-1 and give ourselves a chance going into Thursday.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck in game 3. That's Spirit head coach Chris Lazary. We'll take a break. Back after this with more on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Welcome back to Saginaw as the Spirit gets set to take the ice here. The Kitchener Rangers ready for them. This is Game 3, the opening round series between the top team in the West in Kitchener and the 8th-seeded Saginaw Spirit. We take a look as this series shifts back home for Saginaw. Your starting lineups for tonight's game brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. Dylan Edwards, who knows this building quite well, was a mainstay for the Erie Otters in the 2025 postseason. He starts on the left side with Sam O'Reilly at center, Cameron Arquette on the right. Cameron Reed, their captain, had the game-winning goal in Game 1. Carson Campbell, his defensive partner, it'll be Christian Kirsch in net for the Rangers. And on the Saginaw side of things, Dima Zhilkin with Igor Barabanov and Nikita Klepov. James Go and Levi Harper on the blue line. It'll be Stepan Shurigan in net here for game number 3. We take one more break. National anthems and puck drop. Saginaw back home here in the playoffs. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
Your active life depends on healthy muscles, bones, and joints. When pain arises, My Michigan Health is your go-to place. Our comprehensive musculoskeletal team offers the latest in surgical and non-surgical treatments and includes experts in specialized orthopedics and sports medicine. Whether your pain originates from your knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder, ankle, or foot, our experts can help. With more than 50 providers across 21 locations in central and northern Michigan, we're dedicated to keeping you active. Learn more at mymichigan.org/MSK.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there. But that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Kluchek scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Zhilkin. It'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Zhilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
Wants to get back in this series. Your officials tonight brought to you by WNEM TV 5. Matt Manella and Mike Cairns are the referees. Justin Cornell and Devin Gale will work the lines. A special welcome to those of you watching on the Great Lakes Sports and Entertainment Network here in Saginaw. Dylan Clark alongside Jack Snevice and Jack, do or die time here for the Spirit Hockey Club.
The old saying goes, a series doesn't start till a road team wins a game. Saginaw with their best efforts in game 1 and 2, all for naught because of a couple of tough third periods, looking for a much better effort in front of an energized Dow Event Center here tonight.
Delta College opening face-off has us underway in game 3. The Spirit throw it back up through center ice. No icing as it comes off the end wall in behind Christian Kirsch. O'Reilly trying to throw it up. Dylan Edwards there as well. Cameron Arquette rounds out the top forward line here for Ranger head coach Jussi Ahokas. Campbell and Cameron Reed, the defenseman, to start out. This is Saginaw's James Go, the only overager on the Spirit roster right now. Then up high for Nikita Klepov. Turn back in behind the Ranger goal. Leading scorer in the OHL, Klepov in the regular season, 97 points for the Eddie Powers Trophy, and that one nearly a chance in front looking for James Go. Levi Harper takes over at center, and Klepov's got to duck out of the way of that check coming from Dylan Edwards. Our first line change of game number 3. Matthew Andonovski waits patiently back in behind the net of Kirsch. Snaps a pass cross ice for Jared Woolley, then up. Humphreys has a chance as he spins into the zone right in front. Romano put that over the crossbar. Kitchener's first opportunity here in game 3 is a grade A. Up the far wall, they keep it alive. Andonovski steps in and shoots, and that one is stopped by Stepan Shurigan for a face-off. 18:39 to go in the first, and a little bit of a mix-up already, as these two already quite familiar with one another.
Well, Matthew Andonovski, no shortage of that in his game. 18th all-time in Rangers history in penalty minutes. There's a lot to like for the Ottawa Senators draft pick. Nothing too malicious, but a good chance early on for the Kitchener Rangers. Going to be really curious all night long. Now with Saginaw having the last change, what are they going to do with Zhilkin, Barabanov, and Klepov? What line are they going to try and match them with? Because that is your best chance with 2 of the top 4 leading scorers in the OHL to generate offense early and establish another lead in this series.
Andonovski, a shot into traffic. Shurigan makes the save, though it didn't hit him quite where he had anticipated. Second line is going to stay out here. Saginaw's Brody Popoy, it was announced, was a late scratch from tonight's game, out with an illness. Tyson Ackerman and Uri Rausja both took warm-ups for Chris Lazarus. He is going to throw out a different line here. Stuart Stewart and Jensen Geldart. And it is Rausja who is in. Ackerman, the defenseman, will stay out. Luca Romano, third-round pick of the New York Islanders in 2025, had that grade A scoring chance. As we will need a third try here on this face-off. Looking for his first of the series. Andonovski scores! Right off the face-off, over the glove of Shurigan. 90 seconds into the game, 1-0 Kitchener in game 3.
Well, we just talked about the presence Matthew Andonovski has in this Kitchener Ranger lineup. How about 2 goals in these playoffs? He had won the entire regular season, albeit abbreviated for him. He provides toughness and a great shot from the point, and that is exactly what the top seed in the Western Conference ordered to start game 3 on the road.
Luca Romano picks up the assist off the face-off win. And the Rangers, no strangers to goals early in periods. This time they do it right from the drop of the puck, as this is back down for an icing here. 18:26 to go in the first. Tough pill to swallow here in their first moments back on home ice.
And it's all about response, right? You heard from Coach Lazary in Coach's Corner with the Saginaw team after game 2. For a quick goal for the Rangers, and then the onslaught continued. 8 of the Rangers' 11 goals in this series have come in the third period. It's been how Saginaw responds that Coach Lazary is challenging his squad with here tonight. No better opportunity than allowing an early one on home ice in game 3.
Nikita Klepov keeps this puck alive just inside the offensive blue line. Spins a pass that gets through to James Go. Has to chase it down into the corner. Sherratt there with a good hit for Go. Andonovski's got Saginaw's Zhilkin on him, and Jared Woolley will spin this up. It's kept alive for a moment at the line by Levi Harper. Got to dump this one back in. A little bit of a rough ride from Hayden Ellis in front of the Ranger bench. Kitchener without Weston Cameron, Caden Schneider, and Jack LaBrache, all healthy scratches tonight. Andrew McNeil and, of course, Luke Ellenis been out longer term with injuries here. Nikita Klepov forces off contact from Dylan Edwards. Finds Barabanov in the slot. The puck escapes off his stick, so it's chased down by Zhilkin. There for Barabanov. Each of those two scored in game 1. Andonovski now on it for the Rangers, up looking for Sherratt. But he finds Saginaw's Dima Zhilkin instead, back in the Spirit end. 2.5 minutes gone, 1-0 on the goal from Andonovski. James Go comes in with Barabanov, hits the trailer. Levi Harper the shot, and a glove save by the goaltender Christian Kirsch on a puck that it is unlikely he was able to see.
Yeah, the 4th-round draft pick of the San Jose Sharks, Christian Kirsch, made that almost look routine, and it was anything but with how many bodies were in front of the net. That shot from Levi Harper had some eyes. Couldn't tell if it was going wide or not, but a great job fighting through the screen. Look at all the traffic in between the hash marks there. First shot on goal, a little bit of a test. But Kirsch, the great glove save fighting through Baraban.
And that is the first save of the hockey game, and the first save that Kirsch has had to make since the second period of game number 2 in Kitchener. Rangers outshot Saginaw 9-0 in the third period. This one back in deep behind the Ranger goal. Campbell reaching for it there. Hanrahan trying to pick his pocket. Now in front for Harmer. The shovel shot gets blocked on its way through. Cameron Arquette got a boot on that. The puck out of play.
And this is a line for Saginaw that really could add to the depth of this lineup and take a little bit of the pressure off of Barabanov, Klepov, and Jilkin to do everything. Kluche and Harmer were such a vital part of this team just a season ago, and they still have had their contributions this season. But so far, both of them -4 in the playoffs. Now Ryan Hanrahan, the Spirit first-round pick, jumps up in place of Brody Papoy, looking to get him going in his young OHL career as well. This could be a big line to keep an eye on tonight if you're a fan of the Saginaw Spirit.
Pilecki of Kitchener takes a check as he got the puck out. Now this is Jack Pridham into the offensive zone for the Rangers. Good active stick by Saginaw's James Go. Christian Humphreys, 5 points in the series so far. Working back to the corner. Watched there by Saginaw's Harmer. Backhanded pass Pilecki. Center point shot. That one looking for the stick of Romano. Goes wide. Jack Pridham behind the goal. Turn that one over onto the stick of Saginaw's James Go. And it's Hanrahan who goes to the line to Diricolo. Rangers have to spin this back in. They get a line change while Levi Harper looks for a passing option. Strides back up through center ice. Harper carries it into the zone himself, driving wide on Andonovski. Hayden Ellis will pick his pocket. Bodie Stewart trying to return the favor. Ellis hangs on. Near side, this is Tanner Lamb for the Rangers. Over the line and back from Sherratt. They pursue this back and behind the net of Shurigan. Tanner Lamb on the far side, watched by Stewart. Backed it off the boards and spun back down low by Sherratt. Levi Harper up with it for Saginaw. Turned over again. Sherratt in front looking for Lamb. That one glanced off his glove. This is Woolley now. Andonovski gives it back to him. Jared Woolley the shot. That fought off by Shurigan into the glass. Bouncing puck. Followed out. Poked away by Najim. Andonovski came over and cut him off before he could turn that into any sort of a chance. Andonovski again from the Rangers' end. They have taken the shot off the board for Christian Kirsch for now. That one into the glove. They'll rule was going wide, and so the shot counter back at 0 for Saginaw. 3 shots on goal for Kitchener so far. Shots brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. This is Carson Campbell, the Ranger defenseman, on the backhand. Throws it in for Shurigan. Xander Valeris quickly runs out of time. Vermeulen in front, bouncing puck. Comes back up to the point. Carson Campbell again. To Cameron Reed, the Ranger captain, back to Campbell. Down to the corner. Dylan Edwards to Campbell again. Reed up high. Off the end boards. Nobody home in front. Looking for a friendly bounce there. Bodie Stewart throws this one over to his captain, and Jilkin has that one poked away by Reed. Saginaw middle of a line change, and they will be guilty of too many men on the ice. A jam up at the door is going to put them into the penalty box.
Yeah, tough bang-bang play there for the Spirit as the puck ended up right in front of their own bench. All eyes on it, including the linesmen and referees. You can see just kind of a jailbreak change there. So first power play of this game. Kitchener 3 for 3 with a man advantage.
They did not get any power play chances in game 2. 3 for 3 in game 1, as Jack said. This is their first here in game 3. They've got the 1-0 lead. And Christian Humphreys right now has to contend with Dimas Jilkin. Drew Roscoe helps with the bouncing puck. Jilkin clears. Klepov going to race after it. Christian Kirsch has to be aware of that. Banked off the wall for Humphreys. Reed will pick things up from deep in Kitchener territory. Get to the Saginaw logo at center and drop it back for Dylan Edwards. Bit of a fumble there. Still gets through Josh Glavin, though, and then around Drew Roscoe. Angled back around. Sam O'Reilly takes the check, moves the puck to Humphreys. Reed, Humphreys, down low. O'Reilly to the goal line, back and behind the net. Weaves out in front. This shot stopped by Shurigan. He shut down Reed from between the hash marks. Klepov on it, spins back out to safety. Quickly back up from the Ranger netminder. This is Pridham in with speed. Dropped it off O'Reilly. Looking towards the goal line. Pridham escapes on the other side. And he's gotten that puck back from O'Reilly. Jack Pridham moves into the circle. Takes another lap back and behind the Spirit net. Emerges on the other side. Now to Humphreys. Walking the blue line into traffic. Wide on the glove side. Rebound picked up. This is Pridham. Waiting patiently, watched by Roscoe. He bangs the puck off the boards to Humphreys. 42 on Saginaw Stormaster Exterior's penalty kill. A shot into traffic deflected, and another save by Shurigan on O'Reilly. Down to the corner again. 3 against 3. Puck squirts out, reaching forward is Harmer. Humphreys knocks him off the puck. Malecki to Pridham. Walking high, looking for a lane, blocked by Cloutier. That puck not out of danger yet. The Rangers get it back. This is Pridham. Over. Malecki. One more pass. The shot blocked there by Josh Glavin as it came off the stick of Humphreys. He's got it back. Humphreys to the high slot. Waiting. Throws it back door off the goalpost on the deflection from O'Reilly. Pridham keeps it alive. Dying seconds of the power play. Pridham. Near side. Malecki through the seam. Over on the far side. This is O'Reilly. As Stewart is out of the box. The shot goes wide. Josh Glavin knocks it to the wall. Back up high, here's Andonovski. As the Rangers get fresh bodies onto the back door. That shot, glove saved by Shurigan as he gets over to Rob Dylan Edwards for the second time in as many games. 12:39 here in the first period. Shurigan the difference maker. 1-0 Kitchener on the goal for Matthew Andonovski. Saginaw Spirit playoff hockey. This is game 3, and it's presented by Dow.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber. Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. Supporting partners for the 2026 Spirit postseason include Garber Chevy Midland, Dow Credit Union, Go Great Lakes Bay, Versatile Commercial Flat Roofing, and Saginaw Control and Engineering. 12:39 to go, first period, 1-0 Kitchener. Dylan Clark with Jack Snevice and Jack the puck movement by Kitchener. A big part of the reason they're up 1-0 right now.
They're the top seed in the West for a region, right? They are looking all the hype they've had coming in. They are following up with it, just everything they're doing. Sometimes when things get shaken up, you go from home ice, you come away with two big emotional wins. You get the road, you are a little sluggish. Not Kitchener. They've come ready to play tonight, and everything they're doing right now, they're winning the battles with the Saginaw Spirit.
Dimas Yilkin went 7 for 10 from the dot last night. That's a big face-off win in the D zone there for Saginaw. Off the shoot-in, takes a strange bounce off Levi Harper. This is picked up by Jared Woolley there right next to Tanner Lamb. Watched by Saginaw's Barabanov. The Rangers get out of a jam. Lamb into the offensive zone. Finds Ellis with speed down the wing. Pad save. Long rebound picked up, but couldn't be handled by Sherratt. Back in behind the Spirit net again. Sherratt spins up high. Offside. As Reed and Jilkin have a couple of extra words for one another. Face off to come back out in the neutral zone. Another high-quality chance there as the Rangers come in with speed.
1,704 saves in the regular season for Stepan Shurigan. That was the most in the OHL by a lot. He played a lot for this Saginaw team, and he has done an excellent job since that opening goal from Andonovski to keep it a one-goal contest. Because the next one feels crucial, and with Kitchener out shooting the Spirit 7-0 all over things in the offensive end right now are the Rangers. Shurigan doing his best to keep it a one-goal contest and keep his team in this one.
Shurigan 23 of 27 in game 2, 34 saves on 39 shots in game 1. Defensive zone face-off. We're just outside the defensive zone. Comes back out here, Josh Glavin up looking for Carson Harmer. Harmer shovels it back in behind the net of Christian Kirsch. Reed is there for the Rangers. Back now to Campbell. And onto the stick of Luca Romano. Won the draw on the opening goal, and he's going to feed Humphreys here to the net. A fancy move that goes wide on the glove hand side of Shurigan. Back up high in the offensive end. Delayed penalty coming to Saginaw. Romano can't get a shot off. This will be touched up here by Josh Glavin, and a hooking call coming Did Humphreys try to go between the legs on that?
He sure did. You want to talk about confidence oozing right now from the top-seeded Rangers. How about this? Great pass up ice, and it looks like he actually almost fanned on it. Tried to go upstairs, just slid it wide of the near post. Resulted in the penalty anyways, but he dropped that right between the legs, and yeah, just fanned on it as he tried to go upstairs to make the highlight reel. In a one-goal game, remember that one, but a big power play here first as the Kitchener onslaught continues.
Jacob Cloutier, 2 for hooking. Back to the Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here for the Spirit. Their first successful one here in the series earlier in this first period. O'Reilly with help from Edwards. Then it's Humphreys to Reed. Over to Jack Pridham up high. Takes a shot into traffic, and that goes wide. Humphreys again looking for another opportunity. Throws it towards the net and into the crest of Saginaw's goaltender, Shurigan. Another stop. Only 13 seconds have come off the penalty kill clock for the Spirit.
Kitchener are able to get any shot they want right now in the offensive zone, too. I get it if you're Saginaw. You got to play conservative. But at some point, the stick's got to get a little bit more aggressive, and you got to start taking away the eyes of the shooters because everything seems to be getting on top of Shurigan right now with these man advantages.
Reed back for Humphreys, down low. This is Dylan Edwards in front, broken up by a Spirit stick. It was James Go. Reed again for Humphreys, waiting, shooting, and that one off a stick into the glass. Stays in place, swing and a miss by Zilkin. Pridham keeps it alive, works it near side for Humphreys. Down to the corner, Dylan Edwards. Curling away from Carson Harmer, backhanded shot in front, saved by Shurigan. Rebound put back and wide. Now it comes along the boards, 2 Spirit players over to Dylan Edwards. Carson Harmer can't get that puck out. Good work by Reed. Pridham over. Humphreys waits from the circle. Center point Reed, and that shot saved by Shurigan again.
And with Stepan Shurigan just constantly getting peppered here in these opening 10 minutes, I'll tell you what, that's a shot you're okay with him taking one-on-one. Look at how little traffic is in front of him. First, just all the action in front, all the saves he's made, and then it comes down to Cam Reed at the point. There's the initial chance, and it's just been constant cycling from Kitchener.
1:06 left here on this Jacob Cloutier hooking penalty. Rangers have opened up a 9-0 shot advantage here in the first period. And we've got more trouble here off the faceoff to the right of Stepan Shurigan. Hayden Ellis against Barabanov. And Bilecki swoops in here for the second power play unit. Back in behind the Spirit net again. Working up high, and then he spins for Lamb. Settles the puck down as Klepov tries to direct traffic. Over to the far circle, Romano down to the goal line. Sherratt back up high. Lamb walking behind the back pass is picked off by Barabanov. Can he shovel it ahead for Klepov? Yes, but there's not enough gas left for Klepov to turn that into anything. Romano holds him off, and Tanner Lamb has it from in behind the safety of his net, now back up into neutral ice. Lamb took a whack there from Barabanov. Play continues. In over the offensive blue line. That one turned out by Stepan Shurigan. Ellis throws it back up now for Bilecki. 25 on the Ranger power play. Romano in, shoots. That goes into the glass. And all the way back out to neutral ice. Barabanov and Klepov sneak off for Saginaw. Bilecki is offside, and he's going to snap a shot wide, and that's going to draw the attention of Blake Barnes. And the pile up on the far side glass. 15 left in the Spirit penalty kill.
It's going to be interesting to see what they rule here. Romano was lining up for that shot before he even entered the zone, and Barnes doing exactly what you should do with a shot after the whistle.
Tanner Lamb, the last man trying to get back and touch up there on the offside. Now, by this point in game two, Jared Woolley and Josh Glavin had already dropped the gloves back in Kitchener. Jared Woolley talking with Josh Brown of the Waterloo Regional Record, said he wanted to get things going, contribute however he could.
Really
Barnes
like that.
trying to mix things up physically here in game number 3.
And I absolutely love the officials went. Nothing to see here. Playoff hockey, that's the way it should be.
Andonovski speeds down the right side. He's held off by Glavin. Takes a bit of a shot there in the corner. Rangers throw it in front. O'Reilly up high. Edwards thrown there towards the net, and the deflection is stopped by the left-handed Shurigan. Still 2 seconds left on the Cloutier penalty. And anything can happen in 2 seconds here. But Saginaw's penalty kill had been an issue in game one. This is improvement.
If you're Jacob Kluche right now, these last 2 minutes have probably felt like an eternity to you, but now I'm very curious to see this next shift for him. The veteran, the draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets. There's a lot to like with his game, and with the final 2 seconds here, as you mentioned, partner, I expect a big shift right here from Kluche to try and get his team going.
Another false face-off here between O'Reilly and Jensen Geldart. Sam O'Reilly, 54% on the dot coming into this game, 58% of the season. Here's Edwards, rolls over, and a save made by Shurigan. Kluche out of the box, and another softer shot stopped by Shurigan off the stick of Cameron Arquette. He took a bit of a whack for that one. 9:31 to go here in the first. Kluche out of the box. And for Saginaw, looking for positives here in this hockey game. 2 for 2 in the PK, certainly one of them.
Have to start somewhere now. You got to build shifts if you're Saginaw. You've been in your own end the entire time. But it's still just a one-goal hockey game.
Defensive zone face-off here, won by the Spirit. James Go works his way into the offensive end. Najum takes his shot, and that one misses high and bounces up into the netting. Did that catch the shoulder of Christian Kirsch? Shot goes up on the board. That is his first save of the hockey game on the speeding Najum.
Good chance there for Najum coming down that wing, just grazing the shoulder of Kirsch and up into the netting. You see it time and time again in hockey with play being slanted at one end of the ice. You come down, go to a quick chance the other way, and the goalie's kind of been sitting there a little bit by himself. Snuck up on Kirsch. He did a nice job. Well positioned, made the save. First shot of the game for Saginaw.
Zhilkin to go off the draw. Deflected aside by the stick of Jack Pridham. Campbell gives this one over to Reed. Stretch pass is helped back along by Humphreys. Back in behind the Spirit net is Shurigan. Up the near side, Barabanov through neutral ice, cross ice. This is Nikita Klepov. Weaves his way onto the near wall. That one up into the shoulder pads of Carson Campbell and cleared by Kitchener. Down for an icing here, 8:50 left in this first period. Top line will stay out here. Again, we talked about Zhilkin and Barabanov in the first 2 games. Nikita Klepov, 37 goals in a regular season debut here for the Spirit. Tied the team record for goals by a rookie. Won the OHL scoring title. Back-to-back Eddie Powers Trophy winners here for the Saginaw Spirit. Klepov still looking for his first of the playoffs. A little stumble there from Campbell as Zhilkin comes over to him. As puck gets back out the center, and there is Klepov. Looking for the return feed from James Go, too far behind him. Cameron Reed there to Campbell. Reed again. Campbell then from center. Laid back in behind Shurigan on a bouncing puck. Has to keep that away from Humphreys. Barabanov feeding Klepov now. Down the wing, cutting to the middle. Too many Rangers around him. Pridham takes care of that. Bounces off the glass and the linesman. Klepov. Pass to the near boards, Barabanov. Waiting again. Saginaw dropping back behind center red. Then to the near side, Xander Valeris, the defenseman. Back in behind the Ranger goal line, looking for a centering feed. That can't find Klepov. Barabanov has it poked away by Kitchener's Andonovski. Taken again. Andonovski will feed Tanner Lamb. Stretch pass ahead, picked up by Ellis. Zhilkin, good active stick to poke that opportunity away. Valeris for Roscoe again off the near side. That's too far away from Jensen Geldart. And it does go down for an icing as Bodie Stewart cannot beat Jared Woolley to this puck. 7:42 to go first period. It stays 1-0.
Well, you have to like what you see if you're Coach Lazary and company down there. They're starting to stack shifts. Now, I feel like they're still not winning the puck battles necessarily they need to, but it's good active work in the offensive zone. And then coming back the other way, denying chances from Kitchener and odd man rushes. Great stick right there, Dima Zhilkin. Feel like they're finally settling into the game just a little bit. And you think of how many big-time saves Shurigan had in the first 12 minutes of this period to keep it just a one-goal game.
Offensive zone face-off, one back by Kitchener's Ellis. A shot into traffic from the blue line. Rebound is picked up by Lamb. Tried to tuck it in. He couldn't get that backhanded touch in the blue crease. And off the clear, Max Diracolo. For Lamb, then Vermeulen. Spins it. Bilecki cuts inside on Glavin. Fan of the chance as Geldart had a defensive stick in. Gets the shoulder there from Gabriel Sherratt. Drew Roscoe takes the check from Vermeulen. This is Lamb coming in now for Kitchener. Sherratt hit by Saginaw's Geldart. Glavin is there. Backhanded this one ahead, looking for Najim and out to center. As Diricolo spikes this one off the near side boards, picked up by Sherratt. Lifted back in. Up the near wall again, more collisions. Josh Glavin to find Carson Harmer. In with speed, Harmer shoots, and that one goes into the glass. Rebound is picked up and kept alive by Harper. Down to the corner. Harmer looking in front off the skate of Hanrahan. Josh Glavin gives it back to him. Hanrahan whips it around, and it's picked up along the far wall by Cloutier before reversing for the same. Glavin again. Shortened up on the stick for that. And the Rangers get it back out to center ice where Glavin's got to make a quick decision. He finds Levi Harper. Hanrahan again. Over the line. Cloutier pushes things in. Fan on the shot. Hanrahan in behind the Ranger goal. Back off the boards. Left point, Levi Harper. Walks, shovels it there. Goes off the right skate of Pilecki. And on the far side wall, Dylan Edwards has to spin away from that Harmer hit. Glove down by Levi Harper. Drop back to Cloutier. And again, Hanrahan point shot tipped on its way. Fumbled in front. Still loose. And a quick whistle there as Christian Kirsch does get a glove on it for a stoppage with 6:05 to go. Best scoring chance of the game so far for the home team.
And that's why a one-goal game is so important. You get a bouncing puck on net like that, and all of a sudden you have a goaltender who can't find it. Now, Kirsch was able to settle it, but that thing was rolling. It actually slipped out from underneath his glove. Hockey can be a funny sport that way, and if you're Saginaw, you have to like your effort here these last 4 minutes since Cloutier got out of the box. Still just trailing a goal. Shot still 13-2, but you have to feel good about the chances coming more and more in the offensive end.
Rangers this one to the corner. Cameron Reed shaves a little bit of ice. Gets some more time. Tries to stretch a pass back in for Sam O'Reilly. Igor Barabanov up the near boards. Klepov lays it back. This is Harper into the offensive zone to backhand things in deep again. Cameron Reed back to Campbell. Then Arquette. Can't get that one away from Klepov. Zhilkin comes over to seal off the wall. Klepov steals again. 3 white sweaters to him quickly, though. This is Barabanov taking the hit from O'Reilly. Arquette just flipped back out into Spirit Real Estate. He pursues it himself against Saginaw's Harper. Dumped off the wall for James Go. Then up, this is Klepov. Lays it into space to the skates of Zhilkin. Still makes a play. Gets the hit, though, from Andonovski. As Romano into the corner now for Kitchener's Andonovski again. Turned over. Klepov high. Gets away from Edwards. Walking to the slot. Cuts back. James Go takes the shot and scores! Klepov kept it alive. James Go ties the game at 1.
This is absolutely sick from Nikita Klepov. And the projected first-round pick, the OHL point leader, took on 4 Rangers, stick-handled his way through them all. Found James Go, the lone overager for the Saginaw Spirit. All that work Kitchener did to dominate early on, erased. We got a tie game here late in the first period in Saginaw.
Third assist here of the series for Nikita Klepov. Humphreys can't touch this puck for Kitchener on the delayed offside. This is Jack Pridham back in. Bouncing puck hops over the stick of Romano. Extra jump in everybody's step after that one. This is Blake Barnes looking to make the backhanded pass up to Hanrahan. Andonovski sweeps it back in for the Kitchener Rangers. Barnes sweeps it along. Cloutier looking for some help from Carson Harmer. Jared Woolley puts him into the wall. The stretch pass is settled by Hanrahan. Trying to find a passing lane near side to Blake Barnes, but it's taken away by Christian Humphreys, and the slick mitts will get things back into the Spirit end. Second career playoff goal for James Go. Has things tied at 1 here in the first period of Game 3. Jacob Cloutier taking some punishment in front of the Ranger bench. And this is Alexander Bilecki up the near side for Tanner Lamb again. Go gets right back to it. Taken away by Lamb. Levi Harper chases it down. Takes a hit and moves it back to Go. Hayden Ellis with some help from Sherratt. Saginaw's Geldart over to him. Levi Harper. Inside 4 minutes left in the period. Looking to roll things back into Ranger territory. Bodie Stewart cannot chase that down for an icing as it takes an unfriendly bounce off the end wall. 3:37 left in this first period. We take a break. Tie game here in Saginaw. Spirit Playoff Hockey being presented by Dow.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
Hi, this is Igor Barabanov, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Additional partners at 2026 Spirit postseason hockey include the Print Shop, White Orthodontics, Yo and Yo, the Can Council, Macintosh Associates, and Jag Electric. Back inside the Dow Event Center with 3:37 left in the opening period of Game 3. A 2-0 lead for the Kitchener Rangers in the series. James Go has tied this pivotal Game 3 here late. And Sam O'Reilly looks to take an offensive zone faceoff. He'll be our guest coming up in the first intermission. He wins it back, and he's got it back in behind the net of Shurigan. Back up high for Cameron Reed. Carson Campbell, first star of Game 2 with an assist. Tons of minutes logged on the back end. This is O'Reilly now into the circle, then right to the net. Tried the jam play, saved by Shurigan. Rebound is picked up, but not gotten out by Hanrahan. Campbell back over to Reed. Shot intentionally wide off the wall. Can't be gotten towards the net by O'Reilly. Saginaw's Hanrahan content to go off the glass and get back to the bench on a change as it's poked past him by Dylan Edwards. Josh Glavin hit by O'Reilly, and Glavin's in some pain again. This one back at center ice. Taken by Jensen Geldart. Glavin just gets back to the Spirit bench for Barnes. This is Bodie Stewart down the right side, trying to flip a puck in front. Campbell. Arquette snap back in from center red. Blake Barnes, watched by Romano. Bouncing puck off the skate of the official. Second time's the charm for Barnes. Bodie Stewart between his own legs. Jilkin back up for Barabanov. Top line coming out here. Barabanov in. Roscoe heads to the net. Shot there, not gotten towards the goal. And picked up off the near corner boards by Humphreys. Kitchener's Andonovski now. Gets it away from Dimas Jilkin. Bouncing puck off the far wall. Klepov nearly stole from Woolley. This is in the neutral zone. Valeris and a penalty coming as Jilkin got tied up with Romano. 2:13 to go, and a third Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill coming up for the Spirit.
And it's definitely not what you want if you're the Spirit. You felt momentum trending your way, but right here, Jilkin a little too loose. Two hands extended. Penalty kill 2 for 2 so far here today. Going to need that to continue here in the final 2:13 of the first period if you want to go into the intermission deadlocked at 1.
Saginaw's leading penalty minute leader in the regular season, Jilkin, with 100. These are his first 2 here of playoff action. O'Reilly to take another face-off on the power play here for the Kitchener Rangers. This is their third here tonight. Humphreys back and forth with Edwards. Reed up high, takes a shot. That goes off of Edwards and wide. O'Reilly and Pridham, the other 2 out on this Ranger power play unit. Everybody looking for the puck back and behind the Spirit net. 3 against 3. It's Jacob Kluche trying to take down Humphreys. This one for Pridham on the far wall. Humphreys again. In between the face-off dots. High slot, takes a shot wide. Shurigan never saw it. Off the glass. O'Reilly. Then Pridham. Working high and sending this one near circle. Humphreys. Back to Reed. Over Pridham. One-timer saves Shurigan. And he's able to get on top of the rebound with O'Reilly knocking on the doorstep.
Kitchener back in a familiar position now in the offensive end. You see the shots on the scoreboard there, 15-3. A lot of them have come on the man advantage. Their third of the first period. And Stepan Shurigan, I think there's no arguments, has been the best player in this hockey game so far. And Saginaw has needed every bit of his best performance to this point.
Face-off will come to his right. We'll see who is going to be taking it. for Kitchener. O'Reilly, and now it's Edwards. Jensen Geldart off the draw. Important work there as Geldart shakes off that right hand. Got the job done, at least for this moment here. Down to 106 on the power play. Humphreys speeds in with Dylan Edwards. Collision at the line. Edwards is in, throws it in front. Great save, Shurigan, as he gets over with the left pad to shut down Christian Humphreys.
You can just tell how slowly things are moving for Stephon Shurigan right now. What a great play at the line again by the Rangers to get in, and look at Shurigan already over there by the time the puck gets to Humphreys' stick. His anticipation, his poise right now is the reason it's a 1-1 hockey game. Kitchener's giving them their all. Still 59 to go on the power play.
Dylan Edwards trying to get away from Saginaw's Barnes. Kicks it up high. This is Reed walking. Takes the shot. O'Reilly looking for the tip. That goes wide. Harper can't get it out. This is Kitchener's Cameron Reed. Head up. Moves to Humphreys. Reed again. Lots of fakes. Humphreys again. Down to the goal line. Edwards. He had Shurigan there. Humphreys down to Edwards again. The jam play. Great save, Shurigan. 2 stops and he keeps it out. Little extra from Barabanov and Dylan Edwards. Maybe a lot extra between those two. 30 seconds left on the penalty kill. A close call right on the doorstep for Stephon Shurigan trying to track that puck, but he makes 2 massive saves here shorthanded.
Big time plays there by Shurigan. Dylan Edwards had that near side post chance earlier. Didn't see it. Went back to the point with it. Tried the jam job. Pad down. 18 shots on goal. And the faceoff comes out of the zone because of the scrum.
There are a lot of attributes that are important when it comes to goaltending. It is not mandatory to be on the taller side of things, but it certainly does not hurt being 6'5", playing the position of goaltender. This one sent back down. He is the biggest reason why this is a 1-1 hockey game right now, aside from the goal scorers themselves. Tanner Lamb, dying seconds of this Ranger power play. Sherratt going back in front looking for Lamb. It was deflected by Saginaw's Glavin. Sherratt back underneath for Hayden Ellis. A hit there from Harmer. Puck back and behind the Spirit net. James Go. Kicked that by Lamb to keep it alive. Comes back down the board. Zilkin out. 10 seconds left in the period. Kluchik gets it back out off Lamb. Zilkin's in. 6 seconds left. 2-on-1. Can't get it over to Harmer. Great diving play by Lamb. And it ends up back and behind the Ranger net to end the first. More dust-ups at center. Stephon Shurigan is already down the tunnel. Gabriel Sherratt tries to pull Dimas Zilkin back. And more agitation between the two teams. 18 shots on goal for the Kitchener Rangers in that first period. 3 for the Saginaw Spirit. But a 1-1 tie going back into the intermission. We will take a break. An entertaining game number 3. Sam O'Reilly has quite a bit of playoff experience under his belt. When we come back, we will talk with the Kitchener centerman. Coming up after this, Saginaw Spirit playoff hockey being presented by Dow.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Soar to new heights of winning with Eagle Casino and Sports. Enjoy your favorite games wherever you are, whether at home or on the go. Dive into exciting slots, spin the roulette wheel, or challenge yourself with virtual table games, all at your fingertips. Sign up now and opt in to receive a deposit match up to $1,500 for the casino, plus up to 100 free spins. Download the Eagle Casino and Sports app today and experience winning with just a tap. Go you! Must be located in Michigan and 21 years or older. Other conditions apply. Visit playeagle.com to join the action. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Beerline Companies also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Looking to stay in touch with your community? Check out Great Lakes Bay Connections, a collection of shows and podcasts bringing you local voices, telling local stories from local people. Great Lakes Bay Connections features Hey, Great Lakes Bay, Generating Gratitude, That's What She Said, United Shades of Gray, Mi Gente on Air, and more. Listen weekends on WSGW, anytime on your favorite podcasting app or at WSGW.com. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
And the Kitchener Rangers, and joining us down at ice level now, Rangers forward Sam O'Reilly. Sam, a 1-1 tie here through the first 20 minutes of play. You guys have had tons of chances. Just how do you feel about that first period of play here in Game 3?
Yeah, I think we're all right. Obviously, got to be a bit better, so come out these next two periods really hard.
Short amount of time here for yourself in Kitchener, coming over from the other side of the rivalry in London. What was the reception like for you? What have the last couple of months been like in Ranger sweater?
Yeah, it's been really good. Winning a lot of hockey games here, and I think we got a really good group. So keep winning these playoffs and make another run.
You've been part of a lot of championship teams here over the last little while. Just how similar does this dressing room in Kitchener feel to those in London?
Yeah, it's good. I think it's pretty hard to compare to teams that I've had in the last couple of years here, but feeling really good coming in the playoffs, and last two games have been good, so just got to keep getting better as we go.
Sam, appreciate the time. Good luck in period 2.
Thank you.
That's Kitchener's Sam O'Reilly. 1-1 here between Saginaw and his team. Going into the second period, we'll take a break. We'll bring Jackson Nevice back into the conversation. Highlights and analysis coming up after this. Saginaw Spirit Playoff Hockey, presented by Dow.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What?
Huh? I'm so over this."
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
It's time for your intermission report from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Here's Dylan Clark.
And we talked about the offensive powers that be in the Kitchener Rangers. They had their options in the first period. Stepan Shurigan, this one up over the glove hand. Did not take long for the Rangers to find the back of the net. Their 11th goal of the series. This one off the stick of Matt Andonovski. Luca Romano won the faceoff. He picks up the assist, but Shurigan would hold the fort down on a number of occasions from there. He finishes the first 20 minutes of play with 17 saves and a couple of helpful opportunities as well. Sam O'Reilly there on the goalpost off that deflection chance. Christian Humphreys, little how do you do between the legs. That one goes wide. Another of several close calls. Dylan Edwards, this play around in front. Stepan Shurigan there. Again, we talked about the frame of the Saginaw netminder using all of the 6'5" stature that he's got. And a couple of close calls again as Tanner Lamb sends that one through the goal crease and out the other side. Nikita Klepov entered this game with 2 assists. Make it 3 now. James Go, his second career playoff goal. And a timely one at that, just shy of the 15-minute mark of that first period to tie things for the Spirit. And then more acrobatics from their goaltender. First intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. 18 shots to 3. The Rangers unsuccessful on a couple of power play opportunities. 3 now, as that'll be increased. We bring it back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Jack Snevice. Jack, we were discussing during the intermission the numbers between these two hockey clubs, but at the end of it all, there's only one number that matters here at the end of 20 minutes, and that's 1-1.
That's why if you're Saginaw, how big were those 2 kills early on? And we can get the step on Shurigan, and we'll talk about him plenty as we already have. But getting that confidence, your penalty kill has been 0-4 in the series. Not your power play, your penalty kill, 0-for-3 coming into tonight. You're on home ice, you're down 0-2. You're getting just peppered. Every chance you get, you see the shots on goal, everything like that. All the momentum was Kitchener. Kluche, the second penalty of the period, ended, and all of a sudden there was a sense of calmness, it almost felt like. The team settled into the game a little bit more. Maybe there were a little bit of nerves. You're returning home. You had a couple of tough third periods out there in Kitchener, but you come back here, you finally settle into a game, and you have your best player be your best player. Nikita Klepov set up James Go, the only overager on this team. Those penalty kills early on set the tone for the rest of the frame, and while the shots might not show it, what's the only stat that matters, right? The scoreboard. It's a 1-1 game.
And again, Saginaw's answer to the penalty kill troubles in the first game of the series was to take no penalties in the second game of the series. Again, not sustainable. We'll see if Saginaw gets an opportunity on the power play of their own here coming up into the second period. But again, you take a look at the first periods of this series so far. You kind of have to get over the hump, past that 10-minute mark to really get in and settled in. And as you said, they kind of survived the early onslaught there from Kitchener. Not that it ended, but now that they have gotten through to the end of the first period, they get back to the dressing room, they get to kind of debrief a little bit, take a deep breath, and say, okay, we're all right going into the second period. It gives you more confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think on the Kitchener side of things, I almost wonder if it's kind of the same message in there where it's, hey, guys, you know, you saw Humphreys try and go between the legs. It seems like on the power play there were a couple of extra passes that didn't need to be made. Maybe there was a sense of overconfidence for Kitchener coming in. The way the third periods had gone at the odd in games 1 and 2, now you have a hot goalie. Now you're being goalied, and on the other side, you've allowed 3 shots on net. So maybe it's getting back to the basics a little bit for them because the confidence is going to be growing in a young team like Saginaw, knowing, okay, we've hung with them in pretty much every period except for the third periods in these series. Why can't we do it for another 40 minutes? Why can't we have things translate and pick up our netminder who has been the MVP of this game so far?
Well, a good point. Again, you look back to it from the Kitchener lens of things. They've had fantastic chances in that first period. You look to that final power play that they had at the end of the period. Dylan Edwards maybe passing up that look because you almost get tunnel vision. The passing is being completed to such a degree that you're looking for that perfect goal. But if those chances like that, those high-danger opportunities where Stepan Shurigan has bailed them out, once those start to go in, that could be the floodgates opening like we saw in the third period of game 2 2 nights ago.
And you wonder if it almost came, this is going to sound crazy, but too easy for Kitchener early on, right? They had the 2 power plays. Andonovski scores on the second shot of the game. And all of a sudden it's, okay, here we go. We're the best team in the conference for a reason. We're going to put this thing in cruise control. We're going to sweep things out. And then all of a sudden you start gripping sticks a little bit tighter, right? Why have we not scored more? Just kind of human nature at that point. Now all of a sudden it's a tie game. Really curious to see who comes out the better team to start the second period, because I think it's very similar messages in both locker rooms. Stick with the basics, stick with what's working, and play your game. As coaching cliche as it is, both teams want to try and establish their game. Period of the long change now coming up for the second period. I think the first few minutes of this second period are really going to establish the tone for the rest of the series.
One more before we go back to a break here. The scoring continues to be contained for Saginaw to the top line and the top defensive pair. That's Klepov, Barabanov, Zhilkin, James Go, and Levi Harper on the back end, as it was Klepov who assisted on the James Go goal. On the rest of the roster, Was there anybody in that first period that showed signs of maybe being able to chip in here as the second period comes around?
I tell you what, Jensen Geldard had a couple really, really nice shifts out there. He was a big-time penalty killer. His confidence was growing as a young player. You saw him on a couple of odd-man rush chances, get up ice, create some space across the blue line, set something up in the offensive end. You like to see more of that, right? You're looking for Kluche and Harmer, as I mentioned earlier, Ryan Hanrahan to try and settle in a little bit. But if you're looking for anything else from a Saginaw standpoint, I think it's going to go as the top line goes, which has been the story all season long.
Tie game here through 20 minutes of play. We take a break, and when we come back, take a look around the rest of the OHL. Your out-of-town scoreboard here, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's come up after this.
Hey, Spirit fans. Saginaw hockey is about heart, hustle, and community, and so are we. As Saginaw's family-owned orthodontist, we're rooted in this community and proud to support the teams, schools, and families that make this place home. We're all about great smiles and all about great experiences. You'll feel it right away, a team that cares about the details, technology that's thoughtful and convenient, and an environment where people matter. Now that's what I call a power play.
For the best experience you've ever had in healthcare, check us out, White Orthodontics.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
From the pipes that carry clean water to the air systems that keep us cool, our members don't just fix problems, they prevent them. Building systems that last. It's not just about the work, it's about the pride, the craftsmanship, and the commitment to doing the job right. Whether it's bringing clean water to your home, designing and managing industrial systems, or keeping the air you breathe safe, UA Local 85 delivers excellence on every job. Because when you're building the future, there's no room for shortcuts. Contact UA Local 85 today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Wild Wings, plenty of action across the Ontario Hockey League. The Windsor Spitfires and the Guelph Storm. Windsor is up. Guelph has just tied the game here as we go into the second period. Barrie and the Niagara Ice Dogs, an exciting series out in the Eastern Conference. The Colts up 2-1. Gardner and Hemming, the goal scorers there for Barrie. Noah Reed, former London Knight, has one for the Ice Dogs. Peterborough and North Bay, things have gotten quite interesting in that series as they head into a game 4 right now. North Bay up 2-0 on the Petes. Goals from Cam Warren and Ryder Calley. The Brantford Bulldogs in the driver's seat, both in the series and in the hockey game against the Sudbury Wolves. Adam Unacek and Caleb Malhotra. Malhotra has 4 goals here in the opening 3 games of their playoff series. They're up to a 2-0 lead in that hockey game. 1-0 between the Ottawa 67s and the Kingston Frontenacs. Bow's the only goal there for the 67s. And we will round out your out-of-town scoreboard. 1-1 between the London Knights and the Sioux Greyhounds. Jackson Cover, the goal scorer for the Knights. Callum Croskery from Quinn McKenzie. The lone goal for the Sioux Greyhounds, as that is in a third game right now. This third game here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Kitchener Rangers tied at 1. Matt Andonovski early in the game got the Rangers up, and in the driver's seat, James Go, Saginaw's own overage defenseman, got him back even heading into the intermission. We start period 2 coming up after this. Saginaw Spirit playoff hockey presented by Dow.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at garberchesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber. Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
This is Dr. Colleen Linehan, board-certified orthopedic surgeon. I see patients at McLaren Caro and McLaren Thumb Region in Bad Axe. I treat arthritis, joint pain, fractures, and a wide range of bone and joint injuries with specialized care including arthroscopy and joint replacement, helping patients stay active, mobile, and independent. At McLaren, we're committed to delivering modern medicine the way it should be. Skilled, straightforward, and personalized to you. To schedule an appointment, call 989-269-9521. McLaren, doing what's best.
Recognize that sound? That's your heart racing when law enforcement catches you for drunk driving. Truth is, it's happening more and more these days. Cops are cracking down all across America. If you drive drunk, it's more likely than ever you will get caught and you will be arrested. So don't take any chances. If you're drunk, do not get behind the wheel. And maybe you could avoid feeling like this. Drunk driving, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
The Ramsey Show. The problem is the stupid banks will loan you so much money that they put you in bankruptcy because they don't have an off button. They'll just loan you money. You know, you can go get a credit card. You can go on a trip you can't afford. You can go down there and get a car. You know, there's actually people out there walking around that still think that if the bank will loan it to you, it means you can pay it. The same people that think if you have checks left in your checkbook, there must be money in the account.
The Ramsey Show, weeknights at 9 on WSGW.
Hi, this is Ryan Hanrahan, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Number 3. He had to make 17 saves in the first period. That is one off his first period record here in his first OHL season. Last time he had to make 18 saves, February the 28th against the Peterborough Petes. And in that game, Stepan Shurigan set his, so far, career best for saves in a single night. That night, he helped backstop the Spirit to a victory. 48 saves on 49 shots. We will see how busy Game 3 gets for him. Dylan Clark alongside Jack Snevice. For the start of the second, the Spirit killed 3 penalties in those first 20 minutes, 1 goal aside. Jack, what changes here in period 2?
Well, it's always interesting when the benches move in the second period to being outside the offensive end. Have to think the speed's going to favor the Kitchener Rangers, but again, Saginaw looking to build on momentum. When they were out of the box, they were a completely different team. They need to stay out of the box here in this second period.
Zilkin and Campbell tie up. Rangers have this puck off the far board. Sam O'Reilly back to the near side wall. Dylan Edwards looking to go back to him. That pass just misfires back in behind the net of Shurigan. Reed trying to flip that in front from a bad angle. Knocked down. Barabanov down as well. In front, Edwards, this shot stopped by Stepan Shurigan, and Edwards gets flagged with a couple of gloves and sticks up high. 27 seconds gone in the second. The score stays the same.
Already Kitchener right back to work in the offensive zone. Just a bouncing puck Saginaw was unable to clear. But again, Shurigan, pad down, saw it the whole way.
Couple of good chances there for Dylan Edwards. One of several key pickups for the Rangers here this season. 11 points against the Spirit in 5 games last year. 6 goals against Kitchener in the playoffs as an Otter in 2024. That was the most in the series. Reed the shot deflection. Great save. Make it 2 for Stepan Shurigan. The puck somewhere underneath his pads now to the corner. Barabanov takes the check. Klepov can't get it out. Back for Barabanov now. Dima Zilkin in the neutral zone. Poked away by Cameron Reed. This is Edwards back in. Trying to shake wide on goal. Right in front. Jack Pridham trying to bunt that out of the air. Not to the net. In front, the disrupted pass off the stick of Saginaw's Zilkin. Barabanov to Klepov. Fan on the clear. Gets it back, though. And off the mulligan, he's into the offensive zone. But the pass too far behind Zilkin, so Pridham leads the charge back the other way. Jack Pridham in, over. That shot out the near side. Bounces back out to center ice. Jared Woolley calmly away from Nikita Klepov. Reeled back in with one hand on the stick by Barabanov. Could not find Klepov. The Rangers take over yet again. 90 seconds gone in the middle period. Christian Humphreys to the corner. Romano tripped up. Play continues as that bounces away from Harmer in front. The shot blocked. Boy, Blake Barnes is going to feel that one. It comes back up high to Romano. Shot into traffic, Shurigan the save. And he squeezes the pads together to hang on for a face-off.
Well, I tell you what, I bet Coach Lazary is going to talk to that top line of the Spirit. They got caught out there for the full 90 seconds to start things. The most recent shot on goal, make it 22 for Kitchener. And I get it. There's a lot on their shoulders to perform offensively. But in this second period, when you can get hemmed in your own end pretty easily against this Kitchener team, a couple of those pucks just need to get deep, get a line change, and get back out there next time around.
Rangers off the offensive zone faceoff. This is Tanner Lamb for Woolley into traffic off of Ellis. Bouncer is settled down and carried out to neutralize by Jacob Kluche. Laid back in behind Andonovski. Kluche tossed along there for Ryan Hanrahan. Left behind by Kitchener. Sherrod Hanrahan gets drilled there. Well, that hit by Andonovski, but pops back up. Saginaw's Glavin intercepted by Lamb. Rangers might have had numbers coming back in. Lamb can't get through Glavin. Good stick lift there by Harmer. That could have been a grade A scoring chance again for Gabriel Sherrod. Bouncer at neutral ice. Sent back in behind Shurigan, where it's Glavin again. Drew Roscoe out of St. Louis, Missouri. For Carson Harmer, a fumbled puck that the Rangers will take. Arquette tossed back in. Pursues Roscoe. Moved around. Glavin and Harmer looking at one another. Glavin just wheels that up high. Comes off the boards. Down to Kluche. Knows he's got to take a chance and get back to the bench. And that's exactly what he'll do on the dump in here. As the goaltender Christian Kirsch getting one of the early touches of his second period on this puck. Of course, it's back and behind the net. Now Bilecki trying to drive through the Spirit defense. Can't get around James Go. More stick checks there. Dylan Edwards trying to spin away from Jensen Geldart. Now this is Brody Najum. Off the glass and in. Iricolo watched by Bodie Stewart. Najum is on this. Backhanded up high. Can't be handled by Levi Harper. This is Cameron Arquette. Chased down off the wall. Behind the back pass for Edwards is intercepted by Saginaw's Harper. Chances the other way. This is Najum waiting, moving into the circle. Down to the goal line, held off by Diricolo, and a penalty coming. Jared Woolley on the touch-up of the puck. Najum and Diricolo with a little bit more, and Najum paying a bit of a physical price now. Saginaw already had the power play coming. Will Najum get something for continuing here?
I think Max Diricolo just had a very high IQ play there. He knew he was getting the penalty, and he baited Brody Najum into something a little bit more. The question will be if they give an extra 2 to Diricolo or not, because both of them are going. You see the initial grab, the hit into the boards. The arm was up, and I'm curious what happens now.
Diricolo right now the only one going over to the penalty box. And Cameron Reed right now talking with the official. He's probably saying something similar to what you just mentioned, Jack. This is Saginaw's first IBEW Local 557 power play of the game. They went 0 for 3 in game number 2. They had the 5th best power play in the regular season. Diricolo's picked up a double minor for the hold and for the rough. Broken stick off the face-off, and it's going to come back out to neutral ice. 2 Rangers are after Zhilkin. He's got to get back. Knocked down by Pridham, but he made the play. What work by the Spirit captain. Not the first time we've seen a back check like that out of Zhilkin in this series. The Rangers clear again. Shurigan lays it back down for him. Kitchener, a league-leading 19 shorthanded goals in the regular season. Nikita Klepov through center. 30 seconds through the double minor. To Kitchener's Diricolo. Zhilkin at center. Kluche down the wing. Pressure from Woolley and Romano. And Andonovski will clear. Little trouble there for Shurigan as he tried to handle that puck. Wants to chase it down. He'll let it go for Igor Barabanov. Fresh penalty killers on for the Rangers. Barabanov for Harmer. Rolling puck. Gets back to it. Kluche tied up well. Simply, but well, by the captain, Cameron Reed.
Tell you what, 5 forwards on that power play for Saginaw. Coach Lazary absolutely was trying to load up there with the top unit. But I think Kitchener penalty killers knew that. They have one of the best PKs in the league. You mentioned the 19 shorthanded goals. That's how aggressive they play. You saw how many times they stood up Saginaw at the blue line that almost led to chances the other way. They took the risk against 5 forwards. It paid off. Great minute kill so far for Kitchener.
They win the defensive zone face-off a minute into their 4-minute penalty kill. Stepan Shurigan reaches out to shut down the dump in again. Levi Harper, 20 power play assists in the regular in an even game number 3. James Go getting the rough ride from Campbell. Can he make a play from his knees? Puck is kept alive. Harper, near side Storch, lots of room, sends it on through. Broken play off the stick of Hanrahan. Gets it back, takes a shot, and puts it high. James Go keeps it alive. Hanrahan for Storch. 3 goals in the playoffs last year for Liam Storch, tied for the team lead in that first round. James Go for Levi Harper. Go again through the seam. Here's Storch, walks in and shoots. That's blocked by Campbell, and the rebound is taken care of by Sam O'Reilly.
Some really good looks from the second unit there of Saginaw. You like the aggressive shooting mentality. Only 3 shots on goal in this game. With a double minor power play, you want pucks on net as much as possible to see if Kirsch has any rust from not being really tested so far in this contest.
More than halfway through it, the Rangers get another clear. Saginaw has not yet gotten a shot through on this power play. Stepan Shurigan goes off the wall for Nikita Klepov. Team leader in the regular season with 13 power play goals. He drops for Barabanov, then Jilkin, then Kluche, then off the Rangers skate of Woolley, and Barabanov at center again. Barabanov carves on through, drops it for Kluche. Back now for Nikita Klepov. Over Jilkin, one-timer, great save by Kirsch. He gets over to blocker it up high and out of play.
That is really good net mining from Christian Kirsch. Mentioned just a little bit ago, you wonder, how is the rust for him not being used? It was pretty okay right there. Read that one-time pass perfectly. It was over there in time to stop Dima Jokin. 1:21 remaining on the power play.
Sam O'Reilly ties up Harmer off the D-zone face-off for Kitchener. It bounces past Nikita Klepov, where Dimas Jilkin has to pick it up again. Down to the final 1:10 on the double minor to Max DiRicola. Jilkin drops away from Humphreys. Little fumble there for Kluche. Harmer, then up to Barabanov. Broken play goes off O'Reilly. Kluche trying to pressure Humphreys here. Knocks him off the puck. Taken into the boards again and sent back down in behind the net of Christian Kirsch. Around the wall, Jilkin drilled there by Jared Woolley. And the Rangers clear again. Stepan Shurigan, one more chance here on the Spirit power play. Barabanov over the line, gets through Andonovski into the circle. Curl and drag, 3 Rangers to him. Just holds him off for Jacob Kluche to put that puck to the corner. Then up high, James Go. Saginaw's lone goal scorer tonight. Barabanov now to the circle. Then back to James Go. Near side. Klepov catches to the bumper. Kluche can't get a shot off. Klepov gets it. Great save by Kirsch. May have made that stop at the mask. Klepov high for James Go. 10 seconds left on the power play. Barabanov through. Klepov, Go. Point shot off a body and wide. Barabanov again with Cameron Reed to him. Kicked up high. Out of the box, DiRicola. Go. Near side. Klepov, one-timer. Then across to seal off the net is the goaltender Kirsch. 12:27, second period. Christian Kirsch's night has gotten busier. The score has stayed the same. 1-1. We take a break. Saginaw Spirit playoff hockey presented by Dow.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
.27 left in this second period. It stays 1-1 between the Saginaw Spirit and the Kitchener Rangers here in game number 3. The double minor penalty to Kitchener's Max DiRicola for roughing and for holding has not impacted the score of the game. Saginaw did get 3 shots, though, on their first IBW. 4 shots power play of the game. Back at even strength. Levi Harper. That one kicked back in deep by Dylan Edwards. Stephon Shurigan around to James Go. Off the boards to center. Glove down by Bilecki. Taken into the wall by Najin. No stranger to some dust-ups here in this game. And a hand pass called here with 12:05 to go in the second period. We'll see who stays out here.
Very interesting moment of this game now, right? You had Saginaw with a little bit of momentum there after Kitchener started the period hot. Most of this game, 5-on-5, has been advantage Kitchener, but it's been a lot better than when Saginaw was on the penalty kill. So now you wonder who makes the play next, because in a 1-1 game that has felt like the Rangers have had the advantage all game long, you wonder when sticks start to get tight potentially, and wondering if there's any questions on that Ranger bench. How is it a tie game? And for Saginaw, we talk about a young team, confidence. What can be a boost to this group? And being tied right now at the halfway point of this game certainly has to help the confidence.
Puck that drifts in on Stephon Shurigan doesn't give him too much trouble. 11:49 to go here in the second period. Gabriel Sherratt pursued that in. Had the second goal on a giveaway in game number 2 that really put Saginaw on their heels. His elite prospects profile reads crafty off-puck mover with a quick release. We saw the quick release in game number 2 of this series. Cousin Ben, currently in the National Hockey League, of course, spent time here in Saginaw back in 2011. Tanner Lamb to take this face-off for the Rangers. Against Jensen Geldart, who Jack mentioned as a player to keep an eye on here in this period. Able to win his third face-off of the hockey game, though. A turnover in front, bouncing puck. Lamb settles it down, tries to get a shot away, ran out of an angle. Now the chance up high. Bilecki somehow stopped. They score! All kinds of traffic and chaos in front of Shurigan. Nobody knew where the puck was. The referee points. It's a 2-1 Ranger lead.
The Mississauga native Alexander Bilecki let this one go. It was a mad scramble in front. The puck didn't get out. And where is it? Where is it? It just trickles through the 5-hole of Stephon Shurigan. A rare blemish for him tonight. Outside, edge of the blue paint. There was a little bit of contact, but because he was out of the crease, not sure there's anything to even look at. And Alexander Bilecki, number 38 in NHL Central Scouting's North American skater ranking, comes up with his first OHL playoff goal.
James Go as the Spirit trying to get it back. Campbell's hit by Klepov. Puck is coughed up. Zilkin fires it back in off the wall. Bounces now and settled by the calming presence of Reed, but a pocket pick now for Saginaw's Klepov. The dish back. Harper winds and fires, and a pad save is made by Kirsch. Puck played by a high stick. And it'll go off of a Spirit player. Klepov, the Rangers get it back. Klepov steals again. Edwards steals right back. Dylan Edwards down the wing, tries to get around Levi Harper. Back behind in the trapezoid below the Spirit goal line. Campbell has it again, up high. Reed, then back through to Campbell. Shot gets blocked by Dima Zilkin. He comes back up ice here for the Spirit and lays it back in. Then it got to go for a change. And Campbell moves this now to Dylan Edwards. Rangers come up ice again. O'Reilly backhands it in ahead of Saginaw's Hanrahan. Shurigan out to play it. Bumped on the backhand now. Josh Glavin. For James Go, then Klepov, then quickly to the middle. Barabanov just pokes it away after he took some contact. Rangers come back in, 2 of them, and Shurigan handles the puck. Klepov on it. Zilkin has gotten off. Barabanov and Klepov just now getting off. This is Harmer. In for Saginaw. Spin around pass to the middle, handled by Humphreys. Bouncing puck up high. Here's a chance now. Pridham down the right wing as Cloutier shadows him. Laid it into space for Romano now in the corner. He takes a shoulder from Saginaw's Glavin. Ryan Hanrahan, 13th overall pick in this past spring's priority selection for the Spirit. Turned over again, and this time down for an icing. 9:53 here in the second, 2-1 on the goal by Bilecki. Ranger assist going to Tanner Lamb, and it is the difference maker here in this game number 3. Game 4 in this building on Thursday night. 7:05 puck drop again here on Flow Hockey and on WSGW. The Spirit would like to require a fifth game. Down 2-0 in this series. Potential game 5 would be Friday, April 3rd, back at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. Levi Harper spins off of Jack Pridham. No pocket pick there. That'll be Tanner Lamb's job, but he put it right back onto the stick of Levi Harper, their rookie record holder in points by a new Spirit defenseman. Outpaced a young man by the name of Zane Parex. Rookie records here in Saginaw. 57 points in 68 games for Harper. Blake Barnes on this now. Over to Harper. Then for Barabanov. Leads the charge back in. From his knees. Hangs onto it away from Campbell. And all the way around the horn it comes to Blake Barnes. Just inside the line. Looking to feed either Klepov or Barabanov. Reed takes care of it for Kitchener. Lamb can't get it out. Jilkin took a swat at it. Sherrod took a swat at him, and this is Hayden Ellis. Back in for Kitchener with Reed, breaking towards the net. Oh, what a save! Shurigan with the left pad, and on the rebound, it comes down to the near corner. Sherrod back in behind the net. Now Barabanov for Saginaw. Chaos in their own end. Barabanov just clears. Deflected by Klepov. Then for Levi Harper to try and settle things down. It's laid back in by Barabanov.
It looked like the puck rolled on Reed just at the last second, but a great job by Shurigan to be there with the left pad anyway.
Dylan Edwards goes to work in the offensive corner. Needs him for Saginaw. Turn back over. This is Edwards. Right back onto the stick of Jensen Geldart. And he'll be content to get this puck out to neutral ice. Into some skates. Bit of traffic as it comes back into the Ranger end. It is Geldart with Diricolo and Edwards and Barnes and O'Reilly and a whistle. There were more players, but play has stopped here. 8:05 left in the second period.
Well, we mentioned it for the double minor from Saginaw. How would the teams look? We hit the media timeout. Who was going to have the advantage? And right now it is all Kitchener. They had the go-ahead goal. They almost had a second right there. It was a great job by Shurigan with that left pad. Second shot attempt went just wide. You could see it hop on edge right there on Reed. He still made a great job to make a play, and Shurigan with a left pad made the save as well.
Great stop by Shurigan. How about the double hit by Reed? On the rebound, bats it out of midair and gets a scoring chance for Hayden Ellis. As that puck is into the Ranger bench.
Well, there's a reason he was a first-round pick. He has been everything and more, 6th in the OHL in points this season. And how about that burst up ice from Reed as well to even get there to make the play? That's the difference. That's a big reason why this Kitchener team is the top seed in the Western Conference. Feel like there is about a dozen players, if not more, who you could have profiles like that on. They had 19 players with 10 or more points, 14 players with 20 or more points. They are loaded with NHL talent up and down the lineup. And Cameron Reed, of course, the headliner, first-round pick of the Nashville Predators.
Well, the icing here is going to move things back down to our left with 7:52 to go in the second period of game number 3. The NHL talent scale tips to Kitchener here in this first-round series, but number of players on both sides getting ready for this 2026 NHL draft. Talked about Stepan Shurigan, 17th among North American goaltenders. Feels relevant to talk about him as it has been for pretty much this entire game. Jacob Kluche gets it out off the glass, gloved down by Jared Woolley. And Carson Harmer up now to James Go. He'll head to RPI at the end of his overage season. Now here's Jacob Kluche trying to cut to the middle. Got knocked off that puck by Andonovski. Jack Pridham trying to shorten up on the stick. Can't knock it away before it gets to James Go. Waved in by Saginaw's Kluche. Waved back out by Jared Woolley. Pridham, nice pass to find Humphreys. Has a bit of a step. Tries to go wide on James Go. In behind the net, centering play, and that one out the other side for a shot. Turned out by the right pad of Shurigan. Loose puck. Just knocked to the corner by Jacob Kluche. Backhands it out of danger. Jared Woolley quickly off the wall. They want to keep Saginaw on that side of the red line. Now, here comes Kluche. Back in, the drop pass into the skates of Naja. Walks in and shoots, and a save. Scooped up there by Christian Kirsch. Carson Harmer is paired up with Romano. Jared Woolley and Jacob Kluche being separated from one another, and Kluche will be waved over to the Spirit penalty box. Keep an eye on him. Trying to get a look at that scrum. The only door that is open is that of Saginaw. And so a power play coming up here for the Kitchener Rangers.
Last thing you needed to if you're Saginaw, with the way the momentum is starting to shift. You wonder how long Shurigan can hang on. 0 for 3 on the power play so far for Kitchener, but plenty of shots to go around. Recently taking the lead back now to the power play, and you are trapped with your bench all the way down outside the offensive zone. Big opportunity here in this game.
Cameron Reed for Humphreys. Roughing to Jacob Kluche. Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill for Saginaw. 4th of the game. Look at the puck movement from Kitchener. Back up. This is Humphreys to the goal line. Edwards walking. It's half a shot to the net. The rebound chance 2 or 3 after that, and a whistle after some saves from Stepan Shurigan. And a little bit of animosity from Carson Harmer. But, Jack, go back to that opportunity we talked about in the first period where Edwards might have had the best look on the power play but decided to pass instead. Edwards takes it right to the net there.
And the last couple of chances he's had in that opportunity, he has gone right to the net trying to pull Shurigan off that post. Tell you what, it's going to be really valuable if Stepan Shurigan's going to get those in-tight chances to cover it like he did there. Otherwise, you could have a long, sustained attack from Kitchener with a tired penalty kill unit the longer things go on. Whistles are your friend right now if you're Saginaw.
Humphreys down to Edwards again with O'Reilly waiting in front of the Saginaw goal. This is Reed. Takes the shot, moves it over. Humphreys, back skating, now gets the pass back from Dylan Edwards, and off the fumble, it's recovered by Carson Harmer. Looks to take advantage. Throws it, rink wide. Klepov walks in and shoots. That goes off the outside of the net. Klepov gets knocked down afterwards. Here comes Reed again, leading the charge for the Rangers. Drops it off. Pridham, deflected by Barabanov. Takes a whack there from Humphreys. He goes off the boards there to Klepov, but Jack Pridham races over to cancel out Saginaw's Klepov. Reed backhands it in. James Go has O'Reilly on him. Heavy check there. Those two had their battles 2 years ago in the conference final. Humphreys down the boards to the circle. Goal line. O'Reilly puts it in front. Off the skate of Glavin out the other side. Close call there. Reed near side. Humphreys back up high. Pridham takes a shot blocked by Klepov. Barabanov can't settle the rebound. Here's Reed. Right circle. Edwards opens up across the slot and shoots. Saves Shurigan. Rebound is loose, and he gets the cover before O'Reilly can get another crack at it.
Well, and there you go right there. Nikita Klepov has been out there the entire minute and 12 seconds since that defensive zone faceoff. Had a couple of offensive chances, took a couple of big hits, and getting the whistle right there from Stepan Shurigan means he can finally get off with 28 remaining on the kill.
32 shots in the game for the Kitchener Rangers. 2 grade A opportunities there, with Sam O'Reilly sniffing around for a rebound. 3 goals in this series so far. Second unit comes out here for UC Ahokas' Kitchener Rangers. They win the draw. Bilecki, who's got the go-ahead goal in this game for Lamb. Romano, Bilecki, one-time shot. Off bodies in front, Shurigan again. Oh, a miraculous save to shut down Ellis. Bilecki. Rangers keep on going. Final 10 of the power play coming up. Romano tries to dance away from Zilkin. Romano to the corner, and then again, and then back for Ellis. Bilecki. Lots of traffic in front. Kluche up in the penalty box. That shot deflected wide by Zilkin. Romano up high. Lays it up the wall. This is Kluche behind the back. For Dima Zilkin with a lot of speed. How much gas? He cuts back here. Twisting it back down low before being taken out of the play by Sherratt. This is DiRiccolo deep for Kitchener. Can't get it out past Saginaw's Harmer. Looking for Levi Harper. Taken away by Bilecki on a good read there. This is back in behind Shurigan. Zilkin takes a heavy check in the corner. Puck is taken now by Harmer. Sherratt and Zilkin tied up behind the play. A little bit of a shot back and forth for either one of them. This is Harper back up for Kluche on the near side. O'Reilly takes it away for Kitchener. Those two players finally untie at the Saginaw blue line. And O'Reilly settles it down inside the offensive zone for the Rangers. Andonovski, O'Reilly. Stick breaks on him. Ends up being a pass to the slot. And no chance there. Blake Barnes backhands it. Turned over. O'Reilly walks to the circle. Tries to get around Levi Harper. Inside 4 to go in the period. O'Reilly to the slot. Shoots it just wide. Bouncer settled by Andonovski. Rangers are set up right now. Look at all the space for Woolley up high. Back on through. Andonovski. Tired bodies out for Saginaw. Edwards throws it on through. Off the skate of Woolley. Kluche and rolled past him and Zilkin. Just can't be gotten out there by Levi Harper. Arquette down low. In front, the pass from O'Reilly looking for Edwards. Then off the boards, Woolley. Now Andonovski walking in, shooting, blocked by Kluchik. Edwards on the rebound. Back in behind the net after a poke check from Barnes. Long shift in the offensive zone. Winds it up near side. Up high, the bump pass. Picked up center point. Andonovski takes a shot. Blocked by Kluchik off an unsuspecting Jilkin. Harmer's stick broke. He couldn't play the puck. Now it's gotten up to Kluchik and he dumps it in deep. Great restraint by 13 in blue. Inches away from taking a penalty. As this one's ramped up on Glavin, the Rangers come back in. Edwards on and through some bodies. Bodie Stewart for Saginaw. Gets it back from center. Out of the woods for now. Najim from the corner. Taken away. Jack Pridham tosses this one up for Dylan Edwards. Now it's his turn to be out at the end of a long shift. Waves back in for Stepan Shurigan. Then move for Drew Roscoe. Passes into the skates of Stewart. And backhanded in by Saginaw's Jensen Geldart. Campbell will stick under the arm there from Brody Najim. Puck is caught at center ice by James Go. And then back for Drew Roscoe. Whipped back in. Christian Kirsch there to knock it down with the stick. Campbell takes a heavy shoulder there from Igor Barabanov. Hayden Ellis on this now back behind the Ranger net. Off the boards. Bouncer gets past Roscoe at center. Barabanov has to come back. Out of his net to play it is Shurigan, surrounded by Rangers. Bunted down. Humphreys calmly across. Settled down. Good back pressure by Najim. And Humphreys has it from the corner. A closer call there than was comfortable. Humphreys up high. Near side. Pridham. One-timer. Shurigan save. Rebound to Drew Roscoe. Flipped up. Not gotten out. Cameron Reed takes the check from Stewart before putting it back in deep. Jack Pridham. Pocket pick by Saginaw's Go. Barabanov here. More time in the defensive end for this Spirit top line. Or parts of it as Barabanov leads things back down the wing. Stops up, finds the man. Stewart, the shot, he scores! They survive the onslaught. Stewart ties the game.
There is just something about the sport of hockey, man. It felt like 5 straight minutes. Kitchener had that puck in the offensive end, and the first look for the Saginaw Spirit the other way. 5-hole snipe. Bodie Stewart had 2 goals in his return to Saginaw in the regular season. Give him the tying one here late in the second period. Shots might be 35-10 where it counts at 2-2, and this place has erupted here in Saginaw.
Dylan Edwards on the restart from center ice. Laid back in behind the Spirit goal. Second round pick of the Spirit back in 2022. He rejoins his team here for a second playoff run with them. This is back in behind the Kitchener net. 4 assists in 14 games with the Barrie Colts last postseason for Bodie Stewart. Nikita Klepov under for Barabanov. Can he set up another? Harper point shot. Pat save. Settled. Jilkin plucked out of the air. The active glove from Christian Kirsch keeps things tied. With Woolley now locked up with Dimas Jilkin again. A couple of grade A saves there for Christian Kirsch. 59.2 left in this second period. Tied at 2. We'll step aside. Back to Saginaw to close out the second. Spirit playoff hockey being presented by Dow.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. 2-2 here. Courtesy of many Stepan Shurigan saves and Bodie Stewart's first playoff goal here this season. Can they get this even into the intermission. Dima Jilkin up high, shifting into the circle, taken down, penalty coming. Tripping is the call. Saginaw back to the IBEW local 557 power play, their second of the game. And the guilty party, Romano of Kitchener.
Just an incredible momentum shift here in the last couple of minutes of this period. Love that move by Coach Lasry. Go right to the top, guys, with the offensive zone draw. Hey, why not try and take the lead? And keeping the feet moving, Dima Jilkin drawing the penalty. So now 49 seconds of power play time. 4 shots on the double minor earlier in this period. And dare I say, Saginaw could take the lead into the intermission if they strike here in the final 49 seconds of the frame.
Barabanov with help from Jilkin. Back to Harper. He doesn't want to waste any time. Jilkin spinning in the left circle. Goal line, Jacob Kluche. Then for Dima Jilkin. Up high into the skates of Harper. Near side, Klepov. Remember, 19 shorthanded goals from Kitchener in the regular season. Great save by Kluche. Or great save by Kirsch on the try from Kluche. "20 seconds left here in the second period. The power play will carry over unless Jilkin's got anything to say about it. Big time hit as Andonovski comes over to take a piece out of him. Harper settles the puck down. Near side, Klepov. 12 to go. Harper over to Jilkin. Gets a shot in front. Jammed by Barabanov over the crossbar. Now to the corner. It's Klepov. He was ready there. A little reverse hit for Jack Brittam. Rangers carry this up ice. That's the end of the period. He's going to fire that one right at Levi Harper. And Woolley and Harper, there is a penalty here. They're going to point to Jared Woolley. Saginaw might have a 2-man advantage coming up for the third period. Woolley fired that puck right at Levi Harper at the end of 40. There will be a conversation and a conference. We know the Romano penalty carries over. 112 of a power play for Saginaw. A tie hockey game despite a shooting advantage in the period of 18-10, 36-13 in the game for the Kitchener Rangers. Alexander Bilecki and Bodie Stewart, the goal scorers in period 2. For the second consecutive night, we head into the second intermission. Tied. We'll take a break. Spear forward, Jacob Kluche joins us fresh off of that power play at ice level. Coming up here to start the second intermission, Saginaw Spear playoff hockey being presented by Dow.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
At Northwood University, we believe success isn't just about what you learn in the classroom. It's about how you apply it in the real world. Our undergraduate, graduate, and online programs give students real-world experience, industry connections, and the skills needed to lead in today's competitive job market. Whether you're looking to start your career or advance in your field, Northwood has opportunities for you. It's time to make a power play for your future at America's Free Enterprise University. Visit northwood.edu today.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
This is Christiana Malagata, and this week on That's What She Said, we're spilling the tea with a self-described yes woman who is a ray of sunshine for everyone in her circle. Allie Huntoon talks about recognizing stress, trying new things, and how she stays active and positive. Tune in.
That's what she said with Christiana Malakata. Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday evenings at 6 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Right now, off a lengthy Spirit power play that looks like it's going to continue into the third. Saginaw Spirit forward Jacob Kluche. And Jacob, quite a bit of action here in this game number 3 so far. You guys looking to dig out of the 2 games to none hole. What have you liked through the first 40 minutes of play?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all about compete right now. Every team goes to adversity. We're obviously down 2-0 in the series. It's not easy, but, you know, you got to find a way. So I like our compete. I like our effort. We got good energy on the bench. It's what you want from teams. So, yeah, I like it.
Go back to last season. You get your first taste of OHL playoff action as a rookie. You got 9 guys this year that did that and got their first playoff action back in game 1 against this Ranger team. What have you said, or what have you seen from all those young guys? How have they kind of gotten ready and elevated their level here to playoff hockey?
Yeah, it's impressive. You know, guys are going through their first playoffs. It's obviously not easy. So it takes it to the next level. So it's cool to see, you know, these young guys, Geldy, Hanny, Peps, Harps, you know, before the game, they're all so dialed. It's pretty cool. It's impressive how they've changed their ways here. And, yeah, it's awesome. You know, like the game on the ice and off the ice. It's awesome.
Well, and another guy that's kind of elevated here, Stepan Shurigan, 34 saves through 40 minutes of play right now. Just how good does it feel to know that he's back there kicking for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. He's obviously a pretty amazing goalie. We always talk to Paps about him because Shurgi doesn't speak much English. So Paps was just saying he's in the flow state right now. So let him be, and he'll do his thing.
Well, you got 20 minutes left here. You're going to tie hockey game in a pretty crucial and pivotal game here in this series. It's been interesting so far. What do you guys need to do to get things over the finish line in the third?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got a 5-on-3 here. It's massive. We're going to capitalize on that. But, yeah, pretty cliche, but get pucks behind their D, get around the net, and find a way to get a greasy one.
Jacob, appreciate the time. Good luck in the third.
Thanks, Lord.
That's Spirit forward Jacob Kluche. Buried the lead a little bit there. Yes, a 5-on-3 coming up for Saginaw. We'll take a break. We'll tell you how we got there and how we got to this 2-2 score coming up after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
This is our time. No, this is our century. A network like no other, 230 signature agents, 15 offices, all here to serve you. The most recognized name in real estate, the most respected brand in the industry, and the leader in brand awareness 25 years running. Now that has a nice ring to it. That's not just making a move, it's making an impression. Century 21 Signature Realty. This is our century.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
As a business, a roof over your head is just as important as the products you create. At Versatile Flat Roofing, our membrane roofs have provided safety and security to businesses in the Great Lakes Bay region for over 10 years. Our quality of production in low-sloped flat roofing systems made Versatile Flat Roofing the 2024 Michigan Elite Contractor of the Year. With more than 1,500 roofs installed and 75% of clients coming from repeats and referrals, customer satisfaction is at the heart of the job. For more information on keeping the roof over your head safe and secure, visit VersatileFlatRoofing.com today. That's VersatileFlatRoofing.com.
Every day is a good day at Saginaw Old Town Junction. Tuesdays are for tacos, Wednesdays feature trivia at 7, and Saturdays mean brunch from 11 till 1, with happy hour specials from 2 to 6 daily, live music weekly, and the largest patio in town. You'll make friends at the Junction. Saginaw Old Town Junction on the corner of Hamilton and Mackinac in Old Town, Saginaw. Find Saginaw Old Town Junction on Facebook to learn more, because every day is a good day at the Junction.
Hi, this is Brody Najum, and you are listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Rangers and a 2-2 score heading into the third period of game number 3. 1-1 going into the second period. The goaltenders have been a mainstay here of this series and of this game. A couple of good opportunities for Stepan Shurian to bail his team out time and time again. He would see 18 pucks in the first. He would see 18 more of them in the second. A lot of them in quick succession rebound opportunities in and around the blue crease. Full scramble mode for Stepan Shurigan on a number of occasions. This one does go through. Out of the scramble, Alexander Bilecki, first postseason goal. Tanner Lamb and Hayden Ellis pick up the assist. The Rangers go in front 2-1 at 8:23. They nearly go ahead by even more than that. Great opportunity there from Cameron Reed, but another Shurigan save and more of the same from the Spirit goaltender. Again, 61st appearance between regular season and playoffs for him. He bails his team out. They go the other way. Barabanov to Bodie Stewart. Back in his Spirit uniform for the first time since the 2022-23 season. And he scores the biggest goal of his Spirit career to tie the game at 2. And Christian Kirsch said, hey, don't forget about me. A couple of good glove saves at the end of the period. Nikita Klepov mixing things up there. And the final play of that middle frame, Jared Woolley at the horn, fires one up high on Levi Harper. And the engagement there, the arm of the official is up. Jacob Kluche tells Harper to hold off. Power play coming out of all of that. 2-2 going into period number 3. And a 5-on-3 for the Saginaw Spirit. The penalty to Woolley is for roughing. Second intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. The shots, 18-10 in the second period, 36-13 in the whole game. Nobody has scored on the power play just yet, though this is the first game of the series where both teams have gotten power plays in the same game. Bilecki and Stewart are the goal scorers. We'll bring it back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Jack Snevice. Jack, more excitement. You cannot overstate just how important Stepan Shurigan's been to this hockey team for Saginaw.
It's every cliche in the book right now, right? You have a goalie who's playing out of his mind. You had the one go in there in the second period. You thought, okay, how does this team respond? Well, Shurigan responded with more of the same. He has been peppered all night long, 36 shots through 2 periods of play. He has been the MVP. He's the reason this is even a hockey game right now. It cannot be overstated enough. And now it's time with a 5-on-3 for his team to start the third period on fresh ice, on home ice, to return the favor and give him the lead in this hockey game.
Things looking up for Saginaw. Again, the underdog in this series, the 8 battling the 1. Things are in a good spot right now, but recent history should say the game lasts longer than 2 periods. Saginaw had a scoreless game going into the third in game number 2. They held 3 different leads in game number 1. The Rangers would score 3 in the third period to win that 6-4. These next 20 minutes are going to tell you a lot about what this Spirit team has learned in this series.
Well, they've been outscored 8-1 in the third period, right? So it's about finishing games. Now, you heard from Coach Lazary in Coach's Corner pregame. It's about finding that confidence. It's about learning. It's about growing for this group right now and surviving the, I don't want to call it adversity, but 36-13 are the shots on net. That can't be overstated. Kitchener has dominated the game in the offensive end. They've gotten their way and done everything right, except for Stepan Shurigan more than just twice. So now if you're Saginaw, there has to be confidence. You have been in this situation before. Both times it has not ended well. That has to be the message in the locker room. I think they're ready for it this time around.
Well, the message in the Ranger locker room right now, likely that they've been in a similar position to this before. Their third periods have been exemplary, like you said. There's probably a very calm demeanor in there right now. Again, they've got the horses to kind of turn things in their favor, and they've certainly had the chances.
So many veterans, so many NHL drafted players. They're the 1 seed for a reason. They've scored 8 goals in the previous 2 third periods combined. I think you're pretty much right, partner. It's got to be calm. It's got to be collected. Just, again, you have Woolley and O'Reilly, who went on a run of the Memorial Cup just a year ago in that locker room. Pridham, who's up for OA of the year. So much talent in that Kitchener Ranger locker room. And it's probably the same message as it is in Saginaw. Hey, we're doing everything right. We just can't solve Stepan Shurigan. You can't complain about 36 shots on goal. You just got to keep going. When you have a hot netminder, you have to keep doing everything right. They have done up to this point in time. It's going to start for them, killing the 5-on-3, and I look for Kitchener to go right back on the attack if they do.
1 minute and 11 seconds on that 5-on-3. Again, the first penalty to Luca Romano will be the first one off the board. And then Jared Woolley, that roughing penalty that he picked up at the end of the second period. For Saginaw here, what can be the difference this third period compared to the other 2? Because things got a little bit out of hand pretty quickly.
Well, I want to just say shoot the puck. I mean, you're having Christian Kirsch right now who's made a couple of nice saves, but the goals that have gone in, he probably would have liked to have back both of them. And it's hard sometimes when you're the netminder at the other end, when play is 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes in a row, you kind of get cold. You get in and out of your flow a little bit, and we know goaltenders like to get to that flow state, right? Shurigan in it right now. So if you're Saginaw, it has to be shot first. You cross the blue line, shoot the puck. You're able to shoot it from center ice. Shoot the puck. You got no shots on net in that third period last game around. That can't happen this time around if you want to keep this series going and extend things and not go down 3-0. It's got to be a shot first mentality any chance they get, and it starts on the 5-on-3 to kick things off in the third.
Third straight game that Saginaw has played things close to the top team in the Western Conference going into the third period. What will this third period bring? We know for sure at least a minute and 11 seconds of a 5-on-3 for the Spirit. We'll take a break. Out-of-town scoreboard coming up. A look around the OHL. 2-2 going into the third here between these two hockey teams. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scores coming up after this.
Get ready for Bavarian Blast, Michigan's newest and biggest indoor water park and family fun center. That's right, Frankenmuth's Bavarian Inn Lodge is going to be packed with jaw-dropping water slides, a wave pool, mega arcade, laser tag, a 3-story ropes course, and more. Oh, and Michigan's first swim-up bar. Let's go, moms and dads. Book your day pass now at BavarianInn.com. Now open. It's Bavaria awesome.
Are you overdue for an annual wellness exam? At Covenant Healthcare, our primary care providers deliver high-quality, patient-centric care. In fact, 9 out of 10 of our patients give us the highest recommendation to friends and family. Choose an extraordinary primary care provider. For an appointment within days, call Covenant Care Connect at 989-583-3135 or learn more at covenanthealthcare.com/primary care.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts. And every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Taffel to create your personal price plan today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Intermission report. The look around your out-of-town scoreboard. It's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings here. Another busy night of OHL playoff hockey. 1-0. The Windsor Spitfires have the advantage in this third period against the Guelph Storm. They're up in the series right now, 2-0. John McLaughlin has the lone goal in that contest. 3-2, the Barrie Colts over the Niagara Ice Dogs as they head into period number 3. Kayshawn Aitchison welcomed back to the lineup with open arms. He's got a power play goal. That's the difference maker in that game right now. Riley Patterson had the most recent one for the Niagara Ice Dogs. 3-0, North Bay up on the Peterborough Petes. Peterborough's got the 2-1 advantage in the series. Parker Vaughn, Ryder Cali, and Cam Warren have the 3 goals for the battalion. And the surprise of the out-of-town scoreboard, the Sudbury Wolves up 3-2 right now on the Brantford Bulldogs after 3 unanswered second period goals. Clayton and 2 goals from Chase Coughlin have the Wolves in the driver's seat right now. 1-0, the Ottawa 67s still the score there. 2-1, the London Knights over the Sioux Greyhounds as they are trying to get their first win of that series. Evan Van Gorp and Jackson Cover, the 2 London goals. Another look at where all of these series sit at the game or at this current juncture. 2-0 Kitchener up on the Spirit. The Spitfires have some momentum, trying to make it a 3-0 series against the Guelph Storm. The Flint Firebirds picked up a big-time victory over the Owen Sound attack last night in game number 3. Can the London Knights pick up their first win of this opening round series? You see the Eastern Conference there as well. 2-2 here, headed into the third period between the Saginaw Spirit and the Kitchener Rangers. A Ranger win, they've got a stranglehold on the series. A Saginaw victory, and it all of a sudden becomes a series. Third period action coming up after this. Saginaw Spirit playoff hockey being presented by Dow.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here.
With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merck Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merck Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merck is here. Learn more at merckbank.com/merckperksplus. Member FDIC.
Now, a WSGW morning team show memorable moment.
A giant rat that could grow to the size of a baby and crack coconuts with his teeth. This rat is critically endangered, and it's seen its loss of habitat due to logging. If the logging still continues, the habitat for this rat gets to the point where the species will not be able to survive. If the forests go away and the rats go away, I'm sorry, build me another table. Lathe me up another baseball bat or two. Let the forest go away if it means the rat doesn't survive, because you know what's going to happen eventually. It will end up in New York City. Somehow, some way, you know it's not going to just stay on the Solomon Islands. It's going to find its way.
Everything has its place in nature.
What are the redeeming values of a rat in the first place, let alone a giant rat that can grow to the size of a baby and crack coconuts with its teeth?
They control a human population with spreading disease. What else would there be?
The morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
I have said, look, we can't sit here and just talk about politics all day, every day.
The Art Lewis Show.
There's too much else going on in the community, and we're part of the community. So it's our responsibility to bring up issues in the community, both positives and once in a while negatives. You take the good with the bad. I was interviewed, a year and a half ago, asked me, are there many people in the state that do this anymore? And the answer, unfortunately, is no. There's not a lot of it anymore.
The Art Lewis Show, weekday mornings at 9 on WSGW. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Minute and 12 seconds of a 5-against-3. They carried an even game into the third period of game 2. Kitchener rattled off 4 unanswered goals. Saginaw did not get a shot in that third period in game 2. Barabanov, Kluche, Klepov, Harper, and Dima Zilkin for the Spirit. The Rangers go with O'Reilly, Andonovsky, and Campbell, a forward and 2 defensemen. Here for this 5-against-3. Third period is underway. The Rangers have had 18 shots in both of the periods before this one. Igor Barabanov leads the charge back in. That pass is intercepted by Sam O'Reilly, and he'll clear.
That is such an important play early in this third period from Sam O'Reilly. 5-on-3, still playing aggressive at the blue line. Got that puck out, killed another 15 seconds.
Zilkin over the line, drops it back. Here's Klepov, near side. Barabanov waits and shoots, saved by Kirsch, and the rebound is underneath him with Zilkin right there.
And I don't know if Igor Barabanov got all of this one or if he almost threw a change-up there at Christian Kirsch. Kind of hog-tied him a little bit with his glove. He made a great save, and I wonder if Barabanov intentionally took a little bit off that shot.
Back to Harper off the face-off. A rolling puck that he settles down and gives to Jacob Kluche. Harper center point. Klepov now in the far circle. Hangs on, goes down to Barabanov. Gets it back. Klepov waits. Barabanov again in front. Zilkin, the shot somehow. Kirsch keeps that out. Down to 23 on the 5-on-3. Now it's Christian Kirsch's turn to be the heroic goaltender on the penalty kill.
Yeah, those were a couple of big-time saves from Kirsch here to start things in the third period. We talked about Shurigan being your best penalty killer. You need your netminder to be. 2 big-time saves there, still 23 seconds to go, 5-on-3.
Zilkin to take this face-off against O'Reilly. Heads towards the Kitchener net. Rangers want to use the wall. Klepov there to cut it off. 18 on the 5-on-3. Klepov near side. Barabanov gets it over to Zilkin. Kirsch is scrambling. Harper over to Klepov again. Waiting. Fumbled on the pass. It's poked away by O'Reilly. He's got a chance. Short-handed. 5-against-3. O'Reilly knocked to the corner by Harper. And then tossed down after. They'll have to pick each other up. This is taken now by Saginaw's Klepov. Almost disaster for the Spirit. Into the offensive zone. Here comes Klepov. Dropped it back. Barabanov. Over. Here's Levi Harper at the blue line. Klepov tries to buy him some time. He's got it. Top of the circle. Fan on that pass. It'll be picked up and spun down by the man out of the box, Romano. 22 seconds left on the Woolley penalty. And now a fumble on behalf of Jensen Geldart. And that's been the story of this power play here for Saginaw. That popped over his stick. James Go. 2 helpers in the game. Josh Glavin up and off the skates of Brody Najim. Humphreys over to him. DiRicolo too. It's on the stick and off the stick again of Josh Glavin. Woolley's out of the penalty box. A long and very relevant penalty kill here for the Rangers to start the third period. DiRicolo gets back to it. Now their turn. Maybe coming to muster some offense. This one gets back out past James Go. Glavin in a foot race with Jack Pridham. Had a hat trick last time he was in this building. Put it in front for Tanner Lamb. Dropped it back. Hayden Ellis. No chance to take a shot. Andonovski. One-timer. Pridham deflected. Poked at there by Shurigan. Najim doesn't have a stick. Just have to pin that puck to the wall with Ellis after him. Jack Pridham to the circle. Bump down low. Glove down. Great play. Better save by Shurigan. He just robbed Ellis. Stewart off the boards. Has a little bit of time. Look out for the broken stick. Line change coming for Saginaw. Woolley for Andonovski. Banked off the wall. Tanner Lamb smacked out by Carson Harmer. This is Levi Harper now for the Spirit. Ryan Hanrahan slips between his legs there for Harmer. Danced off the boards. Settled down by Jacob Kluche. Catches up. A backhanded shot. Doesn't get to the net. Woolley tries to hold him off. Kluche keeps right on going. Just inside the line. Ran out of time. Knocked it down to Harper. He gets drilled there. Big time check by Woolley. And another penalty coming. This one for interference. That is a massive hit. Woolley 6'5", 215, and he put all of it on top of the rookie defenseman.
Well, Woolley is a big boy, and right now playing a little too loose. He got away with what I thought was grabbing onto Kluche on the initial circus around the net. Right there, he caught Harper from behind after the puck was already cleared away. I swear to the nameplate.
That is a big-time collision there, and Woolley sits right back down. Fourth IBEW Local 557 power play in this game for Saginaw. Harper, the lone defenseman, on the man advantage. Barabanov will get tossed. So now Zhilkin, the righty, to go against O'Reilly. Back to Levi Harper. Off the faceoff. Barabanov through the seam. Klepov, one-timer, he scores! It's a power play goal! Klepov's first OHL playoff marker puts Saginaw ahead.
Unbelievable, and you can barely hear yourself think inside the Dow Event Center now. The OHL point leader, the rookie Nikita Klepov, a one-time blast off the feet from Barabanov. And for the first time tonight, despite being outshot 38-16, the Spirit take the lead. 16:29 to go in the game.
Back in behind the net of Kershaw on the shoot-in. Klepov, 37 goals in the regular season to lead his team. That's his first of the playoffs. Josh Glavin rips that one off Blake Barnes. No surprise, his favorite assist man, Barabanov, picked up the primary helper. Cameron Reed tries to settle things down here for the Rangers. Near side, this is Dylan Edwards, closed off by Blake Barnes. Josh Glavin laid it down for Barabanov. Off the glass, past Brody Najim. Campbell threw some sticks. Puck back out to neutral ice. Luca Romano starts back out here for the Rangers. Near side pass settled down by Pridham. Tries to work his angle in against Josh Glavin. Geldart there for the Spirit. Up the boards, Najim. Swats this one out of danger for now. Max DiRicolo off the board for Christian Humphreys. Approaching the 5-minute mark into this third period. Shut down again at the offensive blue line are the Rangers. Levi Harper, who drew the penalty, picks up the secondary assist on Klepov's go-ahead goal here in the third period. A little bit of trouble here. James Go off the boards. That was not touched by Bodie Stewart. The whistle after it was paddled down by the goaltender Christian Kirsch. A close one there. 5 minutes gone in the third.
Well, now how do you respond if you're the Kitchener Rangers? I'm sure there's a little bit of frustration down there on the bench. You've done everything right to this point in this hockey game, and somehow find yourself trailing. We'll see if they can get back going again, grab some momentum in the offensive zone. Feels like they haven't spent much time in there in this third period. 5 minutes in, a lot of time in the penalty kill has given Saginaw the lead. Here's Harper, the move off the draw. Nearly a pass up to Bodie Stewart. Tanner Lamb intercepted that. Jensen Geldart back to James Go. Harper ramped that one as the Rangers hauling for too many men on the ice penalty. Spirit may have had a close call there. They've already been whistled for that all the way back at the start of the first period. Harper off the boards. Kluche knows the hit of Woolley's coming. He just tips it back in. Andonovski away from the pursuing Carson Harmer. He got the scoring started in this game to Andonovski. Poked at the line. James Go tied up with Sam O'Reilly right now. Puck just gotten back out to center by Hanrahan. Woolley snapped it back in. Harmer there for Saginaw, tried to reverse, got jammed up on his stick play. James Go takes the check. Puck is taken away by Dylan Edwards, taken right back by Go. And Carson Harmer, he's not out of the woods yet, and just backhands this out to Woolley at center. More line changes for Saginaw. Top line starts to come out. They're camping out 3 against 2, or 3 and then 2 in the neutral zone. Here come the Rangers trying to get some speed through neutral ice. Toss back in. Arquette can't get there before the Spirit goaltender does. Ryan Hanrahan on this, taken now by Jacob Kluche at center. Odd man rush maybe developing. Kluche bumps that one off the boards. Barabanov takes a look towards the slot. Sweeps it there. Deflection and a stop again made by Christian Kirsch with Kluche right in front. 13:31 to go here in this third period. 3-2 lead for the home team. Klepom from Barabanov and Levi Harper. They're in the driver's seat right now. Lots of time left to play. Back to the Dow Event Center after this. Saginaw Spirit Playoff Hockey presented by Dow.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh and Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear with a team that plays to win.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Now Event Center. 3-2, the Spirit have the lead. A familiar face. Spirit goaltending alumni Nolan Lalonde back in town. A warm welcome from the Spirit faithful. 10 victories with the Toledo Walleye of the ECHL this season. Got an appearance with the Cleveland Monsters in the American League as well. Of course, his claim to fame. Here's a chance for Klepov, turned out there by Christian Kirsch. We'll get back to Nolan in a little bit. This is back in the corner. Barabanov rotates up high. Cuts back. Throws it in front, looking for the backdoor tap. Harper, that was read perfectly at the last moment by Humphreys. Jilkin comes over to take a piece out of him. Romano up high. Here's Campbell right to the net. Put it off the post on the glove hand side. And Stepan Shurigan, some love for his post with that gloved hand. Campbell has to rewind in his own zone. Klepov and Barabanov just getting back to the Spirit bench. That'll allow Andonovski some speed in. That pass was too far ahead of Jack Pridham. Into the boards with James Go. Hayden Ellis comes over. Levi Harper there to stabilize the numbers. 2 against 2 now in the Spirit corner. And Andonovski. Back to the corner, Jack Pridham off his skate. Ellis can't get that towards the goal. James Go trying to get out of danger. Levi Harper just up the center and swatted out of the air by Dimas Jilkin. Andonovski. Angled in by Tanner Lamb. Rolling puck will be taken here by Barnes. Ellis is on him. Lavin from Tanner Lamb. Sherratt has it. Stewart's on him. Ran out of real estate. He goes back down below the goal line. Back up high on the outlet pass. Brody Najim was filled in here on the ice time side of things for Brody Papoy. Now here's Andonovsky down the wing for the Rangers, and that goes in to the glass behind Shurigan. Sam O'Reilly has all the white sweaters touch up again. Bumped off there by Blake Barnes. Hangs on to the puck. Takes a shot towards the net. Shurigan the save. And hangs on for yet another defensive zone faceoff. 11:44 to go in the third.
Well, good job by Saginaw initially coming out of that TV timeout, getting some good looks on net. Now Kitchener is going to start waking up. I like it always when a team doesn't go defensive too early. You know Kitchener is going to have their chances the rest of the way. Why not have a couple of your own as well? See if you can get them caught cheating. With 11:44 to go, it's more the Stepan Shurigan show as the Spirit cling to a 1-goal lead.
Another good chance for O'Reilly in this game. 3 shots on goal. And off the face-off, this will be taken back. Can't be handled by Hanrahan, but a good dive just to knock it back out to center. Edwards from his own blue line. Lots of speed for the overager. 87 points in the regular season. Now this is James Go. Back up the near wall. And Bilecki gets a whack there from Ryan Hanrahan. He's down in a heap just inside the Spirit line. Jacob Kluche tries to take advantage between the dots. Good chance there as Harper had his stick lifted by Diracolo. Bilecki just trying to get back to the Ranger bench right now. Kitchener clears. This is Arquette with speed. 3-on-1. Throws it on through looking for O'Reilly. And a stick there by Carson Harmer takes that opportunity away. Up high, Diracolo again to the circle. Shoots blocked there by Harper. Rebound chance. Loose in front. Diracolo can't take it there himself. And gotten back out off the wall by Hanrahan. Jacob Kluche does not have the gas to beat Cameron Reed back to that loose puck. O'Reilly up for Reed again. Offside as Christian Humphreys got in ahead of things. We'll see if we can figure out what exactly happened there to Alexander Bilecki. Maybe a stick from Saginaw's Ryan Hanrahan. 10:38 to go. Here's another look at that chance off of Saginaw's Levi Harper.
You're going to need a lot more of that if you're Saginaw on your own end. It's going to sting, but a great job, selfless play by Harper, and then a great job clearing that to the corner as well.
Stepan Shurigan stops the shoot in behind his net. Drew Roscoe, look out off the skate of Josh Glavin. Jilkin can't backhand that out to center ice, so it's Roscoe to the corner again. Jack Pridham lays him into the boards. Klepov trying to knock it back out to center. Jilkin has Campbell on him right away, so this is Romano. Humphreys back in again. Nikita Klepov let go by Roscoe. Turned over in front. Great chance there. Humphreys couldn't feed him in. Now it comes back up high to Andonovsky. Shot into traffic. Doesn't get to the net. Knocked out to center ice by Drew Roscoe. Barely staying in play, but he got the job done. Andonovsky trying to catch the Spirit changing. Woolley got a touch on it, so there's no icing, but not possession for Kitchener. James Go for Levi Harper. Intercepted or deflected back into the Rangers' end by Hayden Ellis. Andonovsky is pursued by Bodie Stewart. Trying to force a turnover. Stewart has it in front of the net. Following on is Najim. He's hauled down. Puck is picked up by Geldart. Taken now by Tanner Lamb. Knocked off it by Bodie Stewart. Woolley leads the charge in and flips it off the high glass into the offensive zone for Sherratt. 6th round of the Vancouver Canucks in 2025. Waits there with Woolley. James Go hanging on for dear life. Hayden Ellis up the boards. Tanner Lamb now. Bilecki back on after taking that whack from Hanrahan. Near side, Woolley one-timer. Pad save is made by Stepan Shurigan. Hayden Ellis again for Sherratt. Gets past James Go, moves the puck to Woolley. Now center point. Bilecki now. Sherratt again takes the shot, goes wide. Shurigan just a step behind it as it went wide. Sherratt again for Woolley. Tried to bump that into a shooting area, and Jensen Geldart takes care of business at the cost of one hockey stick. He'll take that trade and get back to the bench. Josh Glavin takes the check from Tanner Lamb. Top line coming out again for Saginaw. Here comes the captain. Jilkin in for Klepov. Weaving. Across the high slot. Snaps a shot off the blocker and just wide on the near goal post. A strange play as Kirsch made the save. Reed and Jilkin were locked up coming his way. Tanner Lamb to the air. Nearly fumbled by Drew Roscoe. Goes off the boards. Finds Jilkin again. Poked away by the Ranger captain. Jokin gets low, knocks him off of it. Taken down by Campbell, almost to give away in front, looking for Klepov. Here's Cameron Arquette. The track meet continues here in the third. This is tossed back in behind Shurigan. Klepov spun around as Dylan Edwards came over to him. This gets the puck up to Dimas Yilkin. What does he have left? The pass over to Klepov at the line, handcuffed as he and Campbell come together hard. This is Romano for the Kitchener Rangers, up and in for Edwards to pursue past Harper to the corner. Carson Harmer for James Go. Leading the charge into the offensive end. He's got 2 assists in this game. Back in behind the Ranger net. Woolley gets there first. Plays it away from the forechecking of Ryan Hanrahan. The cross-ice pass is onto the stick now of Jack Brittam. Speeding down the wing. Cuts back. Snaps his shot. Harmer blocked it as he was getting hit. And the rebound is picked up by his line mate. Jacob Kluche. With Andonovsky on him. Just gets it deep and turns back for the bench. 7-11 here in the third period. Woolley looking for a way in. That pass behind Bilecki. Comes off the wall, then for Brittam. Blake Barnes seals off the Saginaw blue line. And so Brittam will have to start again. Rangers are having to start from a standstill high in their own zone. Now they do get this puck in. It's Bilecki. Into the corner, forced there by Barnes. Gets the pass in front, Diracolo. Up high, center point, Brittam. Near side, Bilecki one-timer. Save made by Surigan. The rebound is in front. Now in behind the net, Humphreys is looking for it. Gets it away from Jensen Geldart with help from Blake Barnes. The defenseman skates it up. Najum didn't know where that puck was. Poked away by Bilecki. Humphreys of Kitchener. Back behind the Spirit goaltender. And then for a change, while Sherratt forechecks. Jensen Geldart. Pass up the wall. Just tipped in by Brody Najum. No possession, but no icing either. Campbell. Again in for Kitchener. Gets after Harper. They go into the boards together. Tanner Lamb there, taken down. Barabanov. There for Klepov, and then up to Dimas Yilkin. 6 minutes left in regulation. Poked away at the line by Reed. 1-goal lead for the Spirit, courtesy of Klepov on the power play. This is Sherratt. Out of the offensive zone corner for Campbell. With bodies in front, Reed keeps it alive. Drops it back off Campbell. Over. One-time option is taken instead and held by Sherratt. Rolls over the top. Takes that shot. He scores! Goals in back-to-back games. Gabriel Sherratt ties things at 3 with 5:39 to go in regulation.
And Stepan Shurigan never saw it. The old adage, pucks on net, you never know. Well, Kitchener has had 42 of those so far. And we're trailing in this game. Just a harmless shot that Shurigan never saw high to the blockers. Great roll by Sherratt, second of the series. And the 6th-round pick of the Vancouver Canucks has tied things up at 3 in game 3. 5:39 to go. Third period.
Face off at neutral ice. Dumped back in by Humphreys. Carson Harmer, the reverse hit on Romano. Humphreys has it again. Tries to twist off the boards. Humphreys, lots of moves. Gets in between Harmer and Kluche. Jack Brittam will take over from there. Give it back to his buddy Humphreys. Here's Andonovsky. Creeps in off the wall. Looking to go across the seam. It was deflected by Kluche. Roscoe on it for the Spirit. All they can do is get the puck out at center where it's gloved down by Matt Andonovsky. Long shoot in. Well wide. Handled by the trapper of Stepan Shurigan. Up the boards. Here's Edwards again for Kitchener. Sharp angle try. Goes out the near side and away. Inside 5 minutes left in regulation. Here's Edwards. Tries to shift past Glavin. Still keeps on going. Makes the pass back to O'Reilly. Left pad save. And a rebound try is stopped by Shurigan with Arquette in front. The first save, acrobatic. The second one, make your heart stand still. 4:43 left in regulation. Tie game here. Back after this.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Down the stretch here in the third period of Game 3. Tide coming into it. A power play goal from Nikita Klepov. And the game-tying goal from Kitchener's Gabriel Sherrod, his second of the playoffs from Carson Campbell and Cameron Reed. Have us at a deadlock here. Defensive zone face-off for Saginaw. One back by Dimas Yilkin. And gotten off the glass by James Go. Cameron Reed goes back for Campbell. Tipped back in by Sam O'Reilly. Arquette is after Levi Harper. And it's Saginaw's Yilkin. At the live, Campbell to the net, goes off a body, settles down. Arquette, broken play. Shurigan still makes the save with the left skate. Here's Barabanov, shifting on through and away from Edwards. Now this is Yilkin backhanded towards the net. Up and out of play, 4:13 left.
Well, Stepan Shurigan's confidence certainly not broken after the tying goal was scored by Sherrod, but Kitchener back to their old ways, pouring it on. They had the last 5 shots of this third period, now out shooting Saginaw 45-19 for the game, and a great look at that chance in the slot there from Arquette. But a good left pad save, top of the crease for Shurigan. 4:13 to go in this one. Who's going to be a hero?
One of the rare times Shurigan might have been moving faster to the puck than the puck was coming to him. This is Campbell, who hit a goalpost in this hockey game. Down for icing against Kitchener, 4:02 left. We'll do the whole thing all over again.
Pretty surprising in this game. It hasn't technically felt like old school playoff hockey. There's been some room and opportunities in this game through the 56 minutes we have played so far. I'm wondering if that starts to tighten up a little bit more in the neutral zone. More of chances having to go wide to get into the zone, set things up on the forecheck. A little bit more dump and change. As the game goes on, it's going to get tighter.
Klepov had a chance, taken away by Kitchener. Humphreys lays it back past James Go. Jack Pridham tries to turn him around. Go calmly off the boards, intercepted by Romano, and turned into the far side corner. As Yilkin and Pridham go back and forth in the neutral zone. This is Harper, and then it's waved back in by Jared Woolley off of Barabanov. And a stoppage here, as that puck, they'll say, was played by a high stick. Woolley went to dump that puck in and hit the stick of Barabanov up in the air. And then it was played by the Spirit back and behind their own net. So you won't see it happen like that too often. There was no intent by Barabanov to get a stick on that puck, but this is a big chance in the offensive zone for the Kitchener Rangers here. Just a couple of minutes after they tied the game. They got the 9-6 shot advantage here in the period. Pad saves Shurigan. Make it 10. And then the clear. That does have the legs for an icing call as Jack Pridham there to touch things up.
Icing is your best friend right now for Saginaw. You get hemmed into your own end. There's no harm in just clearing that puck. Coach Lazary has that timeout still if needed to use it. The last thing you want to do is have too much sustained defensive zone time, and you make one extra pass too many.
Puck somewhere under Romano. It's pulled out. Pridham, the sharp angle shot goes off the net from in behind, and it's taken by Harmer. Gotten up to Jacob Kluche as Ryan Hanrahan joins him. He's got the puck now. Hanrahan sweeps his shot. Save is made by Kirsch. Little trouble with that puck afterwards as it sends its way to the corner, then intercepted at center ice. Here's Pridham. Near side, spinning in now Humphrey. Sweeps it in front and off the stick of Shurigan. Trying to catch him by surprise. Harmer sends it back up to center ice again. Andonovsky sees this back. Christian Kirsch drops it back to him. There's more line changes coming here from Saginaw. The top line back out again. As Sherrod's line has stayed with them for the most part here, as that's their line match. Ellis, Lamb, and Sherrod as Campbell snaps this back in off the glass. Dimas Yilkin gets to it first. Off the body of Lamb. Kept alive by Hayden Ellis, and Saginaw's Levi Harper takes over. He gets the puck out, courtesy of Barabanov. Gabriel Sherrod sends it cross ice. Gets it back on the near side and sends it in. James Go on it again for Saginaw. Barabanov provides the close passing option. Little stick handle to get away from Ellis, and this one gets on through. Rejected away from Zhilkin by Reed, and another collision in open ice. Hayden Ellis and Barabanov come together. This is Harper. Leads it around. Barabanov back up. Takes another check from Sherratt, but he gets this puck out to center. Rolling puck away from Josh Glavin. Inside the final 2 minutes of regulation. Barabanov going back and forth with Sherratt in the neutral zone. The Rangers, meanwhile, have the puck. Woolley, the shot goes into the glove of Stepan Shurigan for a stoppage.
It certainly feels like the momentum of this game has shifted. Kitchener smelling blood in the water, but Stepan Shurigan continues to be the answer he is needed to be.
There's the hit that Igor Barabanov took. The extracurriculars in the neutral zone would follow. Riley against Jensen Geldart here for this faceoff. Taken to the boards by Najim, but O'Reilly takes back over from there. Uses the wall to find Woolley to the middle, and Anovsky, who started the scoring. That's a stick save again by Shurigan. And O'Reilly sends it back around. Woolley back underneath Edwards. Glavin watching him. Spun again for O'Reilly. Watched by Saginaw's Barnes. And knocked off the puck by Glavin. Here's Bodie Stewart. Taken by Jared Woolley. Spun to the middle. And Anovsky walks in. Looks for a lane, and that shot wide on the stick side. Woolley again. Sharp angle try. Stick save Shurigan. Blake Barnes off the glass and out to center. Najim nearly stole in, and Anovsky got it away. It's followed on here by Bodie Stewart. Got the equalizer at a desperate time in the second period. And we're down to 60 seconds left in regulation of Game 3. Rangers trying to change. Arquette wanted to get out of the way of that, and Najim's going to want to do the same thing. Not often we have both teams getting close to too many men on the ice penalties. Here's Zhilkin back up ice here for the Spirit. Cuts in and throws a rolling puck wide. Reed on it for Kitchener. Kicked out by Levi Harper. Settled down by Luca Romano. Humphreys from neutral ice. Nikita Klepov doing anything he can to try and get that puck back. Romano up for Jack Pridham. Cuts down the wing past James Go. Taken away. Zhilkin at center. That puck just leaps over his stick. Humphreys back in. Tries to get wide on Harper with 9 seconds left. He's going to go right into Stepan Shurigan. And no shot there. Humphreys a little slow to get up. 11.6 left.
I'm not sure why the whistle went there either. The net was on. I thought they might have been calling a penalty for contact with Shurigan. Here's the collision. I don't know if he thought the equipment came off.
That's a good point. We're going to drop this puck here in the defensive zone for Saginaw. There's a lot of speed coming towards the net. Christian Humphreys, again, 5 points in this playoff series so far. Good to see Stepan Shurigan shake that one off on the Saginaw side of things. He's seen 50 shots in this hockey game. And we will redrop this puck as Harmer got in ahead of O'Reilly. Some time to go back on the clock here. Making sure at the scorer's table will stay at 11.6. One back by Harmer off the glass by Glavin. How much time will be left at the icing? 5.3. As Cameron Reed races back. It'll be an offensive zone face-off here for Kitchener. Who hops the boards for UC Hocus?
Wonder if we see a timeout from either side here. I think there's too much time to pull the goalie potentially if you're Kitchener, but the way you fared in the face-offs in the shot department, you can afford to be aggressive right now with 5.3 seconds.
O'Reilly out of some skates. It's picked up here by Bodie Stewart. And as he gets this back into the Rangers' end, 3 periods, not enough in Game 3. The first time in this series, these two teams will need an extra frame. Nikita Klepov, the game-tying goal on the power play for Saginaw. The go-ahead goal, rather. Gabriel Sherratt, the late-game tire for the Kitchener Rangers. They'll send both teams back down the dressing room tunnel. 14 shots to 7 for the Rangers in that third period. We'll come back. Our after 3 periods intermission report coming up after this here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, Trying to find the right assistive technology or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility? We are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today, the disability experts in your community.
There's only one vacation unlike any other, where adventure awaits at every bend, where time stands still and excitement takes over, where everyone savors in their own kind of bliss, where relationships are nurtured and tradition is passed from one generation to the next. Because in all the world, there's only one Zenders of Frankenmuth. Start planning a trip you'll never forget at Zenders.com.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
Looking to stay in touch with your community? Check out Great Lakes Bay Connections, a collection of shows and podcasts bringing you local voices, telling local stories from local people. Great Lakes Bay Connections features Hey, Great Lakes Bay, Generating Gratitude. That's what she said. United Shades of Gray, Mi Gente on Air, and more. Listen weekends on WSGW, anytime on your favorite podcasting app or at WSGW.com.
This is Drew Roscoe, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Series, we are going to see exactly what overtime brings our way. Let's take a look back at that second period here while we have the time. Bit of a shorter intermission between regulation and OT. Great opportunity for Igor Barabanov earlier in this period. Again, a goal and an assist back in game number one. He's got two helpers in this hockey game. A chase down. Levi Harper just has to get back and knock that away from Sam O'Reilly. That was shorthanded, 5 against 3. O'Reilly really forcing the issue there. Barabanov, this is that second assist. Over to Nikita Klepov on the power play. His first OHL playoff goal. Gave Saginaw the 3-2 advantage at the 3:31 mark of the period. The Rangers come on back. The Campbell chance goes off the goalpost, and it would be Kitchener's turn. They outshot the Spirit 14-7 in that third period to get some opportunities. Maybe not the most dangerous looking chance. Gabriel Sherratt lets one go through traffic. It goes high on the stick-hand side of Shurigan to tie the game at 3. Couple of close calls right after that, and the left pad of Stepan Shurigan was there to make the game-saving saves again for the Spirit in this one on a broken play against Cameron Arquette. Intermission stats brought to you by Raymond as we conclude the third period. 50 shots on goal for the Kitchener Rangers. They outshot Saginaw 14-7 in that third period. Saginaw has the only power play goal here of this game. Nikita Klepov would have them at the advantage early on in that third period. First time that these two teams have needed overtime. We'll take a break. When we come back, Jack Snevice rejoins the conversation. We'll talk about regulation so far and who could be a hero here in overtime. Back with Jack after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehomed dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Now of ice, Jack, overtime for the first time between these two hockey teams. Saginaw hasn't needed it since Game 3 last year when they were down 2-0 to the Erie Otters. They won that game. What do these two teams have to do in overtime here tonight?
Well, I don't want to say stick to the same game plan, but that's kind of the case here. In Saginaw, you're being outshot 50-20. That might sound insane, but you've got it to overtime. You've got it to that one-shot game where you've seen Christian Kirsch just not kind of handle the puck as well as he would probably like to have tonight. Probably a rhythm factor because everything else is right in front of your netminder. And Stepan Shurigan, he's one save away from a career high in saves. He has been tested for the entire 60 minutes. So if you're Kitchener, why would you try and change anything up? And if you're Saginaw, you're capitalizing on your chances right now. It's a little different for the Rangers, however. You have depth all up the lineup. You have to feel good anytime any line is on the ice for Saginaw. You're really looking and leaning on Nikita Klepov, Igor Barabanov, and the captain, Dima Zhilkin, to be the hero for you. But again, it's overtime. It's playoff overtime hockey. Not sure there's anything better in all sports, and that means one shot. That's all it takes. Someone's going home winner, either 3-0 for Kitchener, 2-1 for Kitchener as well.
And this is where the depth is really going to come into play again. 10 NHL drafted players on the roster for Kitchener here in this game. We're going to see a lot of Klepov, Barabanov, Zhilkin, James Joe, and Levi Harper on the back end for Saginaw. They've already had a very full plate here in this hockey game. If this continues further into overtime, if overtime bleeds into the 18th, 19th, 20th minute, and who knows beyond that, does that favor the Kitchener Rangers?
It has to. I mean, it simply has to. You think no Brody Popoy up front as well. You're already down a forward. You're down a little bit of help on the back end as well. So you're already thin. You're already young. You're relying a lot on one line, are you, if you're the Saginaw Spirit. So I mentioned the stat earlier. Kitchener has 19 players who have scored 10 or more points. 14 of them have 20 or more. The depth is going to outlast. And if you're Saginaw, I don't want to say you look for the home run shot because obviously you don't want to get too aggressive. Going down 3-0 in a series is hard to overcome, especially as the 8th seed. But you got to pick your spots. You got to find the right moment to try and strike because the longer the game goes on, you have to think it's going to favor the Kitchener Rangers.
3-3 here as we head into overtime. We'll take a quick break and see who else is done with their games here tonight. Out-of-town scoreboard coming up after this before we drop the puck on OT here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Beerline Companies also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Hey, Spirit fans. Saginaw Hockey is about heart, hustle, and community, and so are we. As Saginaw's family-owned orthodontist, we're rooted in this community and proud to support the teams, schools, and families that make this place home. We're all about great smiles and all about great experiences. You'll feel it right away, a team that cares about the details, technology that's thoughtful and convenient, and an environment where people matter. Now that's what I call a power play.
For the best experience you've ever had in healthcare, check us out. White Orthodontics.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Sebring factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
Soar to new heights of winning with Eagle Casino and Sports. Enjoy your favorite games wherever you are, whether at home or on the go. Dive into exciting slots, spin the roulette wheel, or challenge yourself with virtual table games, all at your fingertips. Sign up now and opt in to receive a deposit match up to $1,500 for the casino, plus up to 100 free spins. Download the Eagle Casino and Sports app today and experience winning with just a tap. Go you! Must be located in Michigan and 21 years or older. Other conditions apply. Visit playeagle.com to join the action. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
The OHL, your out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Not the only ones going to overtime, but first we start with the Windsor Spitfires over the Guelph Storm. They have taken a 3-1 lead in that series. The Barrie Colts 4-2 over the Niagara Ice Dogs right now. That is in the late stages of the third period up in Niagara at the Meridian Center. Joe Salandra and Kayshawn Aitchison have the two most recent goals for the Barrie Colts. Again, Aitchison just coming back from that 2-game suspension. 4-0 the victory for the North Bay Battalion over the Peterborough Petes. They have evened the series up at 2 games apiece. Jack Lisson coming in and making 33 saves for the shutout after Mike McIver's suspension. An interesting series going on over there, the 5 versus the 4 in the Eastern Conference. A very interesting series and a very interesting game. Brantford 5, the Sudbury Wolves 5 going right now to overtime. The Bulldogs had the 2-0 series lead going into this one. Ottawa 4-1. They explode in that third period to pick up the victory over the Kingston Frontenacs. And a tie game in the third period right now. 2-2 between the London Knights and the Sioux Greyhounds. Jordan Sharon has the game-tying goal for the Sioux. Quick look at where all these series stand right now. After all this information, the Spitfires have a stranglehold on this series here in the Western Conference. The Firebirds have a stranglehold on that series against the Owen Sound Attack. Same deal with the Ottawa 67s, 3-0 against the Kitchener Rangers. Can the Spirit get a win to make it a 2-1 series? Will the Rangers make it 3 here in game number 3? We take a break. Overtime here in game number 3. Coming up after this, Saginaw Spirit Playoff Hockey presented by Dow.
Now, a WSGW Morning Team memorable moment.
We now know how much the 10 Commandments are worth.
They're worth your immortal soul.
I like that better than the price was paid for. Just to bring you up to speed in case you missed it in the first place, this is not the actual 10 Commandments. This is a marble slab that was unearthed back in 1913. And a person used it at their home as a paving stone.
Who bought this stone said, man, I wonder what these 10 weird inscriptions are. Probably nothing.
Turned out to be something worth more than $5 million at auction. Now, it was in Paleo-Hebrew script, and it was only 9 commandments. The third commandment against taking the Lord's name in vain was actually omitted, which, why? Was whoever was doing the inscribing with some kind of hammer and chisel, perhaps mishit the hammer and said something he shouldn't and said, well, I can't put that commandment on there now. He just won't include this one.
Yeah.
The Morning Team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Sassy! Sassy!
This week's episode, Bobcat in the Cave.
Gosh, Johnny, playing in the cave sure is neat. Oh boy, a kitty cat. Sassy, the kitty cat's yelling. What, Sassy? It's not a kitty, it's a bobcat? Speaking of cats, you'd like to stress the importance of adopting cats from animal shelters? Over 5 million cats go into animal shelters every year? And with millions of healthy cats to choose from, it's a shame more people don't adopt from shelters? This bobcat's heavy. Help, Sassy! Why bother? We'll just get into more trouble tomorrow? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, nuts.
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
Hi, this is Graydon Jones, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Ourselves a series. The Spirit were down 2-0 against the Erie Otters last year in Game 3. That was on the road. Zane Parekh was the overtime hero to give Saginaw some life in that series. They've not seen an overtime game in this building since Game 5 against the Sioux Greyhounds in 2024. Late game tying goal by Hunter Haight, overtime winner to Caleb Mangoni. And the Kitchener Rangers, of course, had some overtime magic last season.
Certainly they did. I don't think anyone of the Ranger faithful forget where they were. The Game 7 overtime winner against the Windsor Spitfires to complete the 3-0 series comeback to go to the conference finals. But now, Game 3, first round, Saginaw, Kitchener. Doesn't get much better than this.
James Go runs into a couple of Rangers in behind the net. Arquette, and this one now onto the tape of Dylan Edwards. Turns one towards the net. And the first shot of overtime is handled and covered by Stepan Shurigan. That is his 48th save of the night, which ties a single-game personal best for the Spirit goaltender. Face-off will come to his right. Barabanov goes against O'Reilly. And another stoppage. And the resetting of the centers. Sends it back in for Levi Harper. Up the wall. Edwards lays it back up high. Campbell from the point. Broken play ends up in the corner. This is O'Reilly again. Back underneath. Arquette held into the wall by Saginaw's Harper. James Go from his own end. These 5 on the ice for Saginaw will play a lot in overtime if it goes that far. They'd rather it didn't. As here's Klepov. Cross ice for Zilkin, sent back in behind the goaltender, Christian Kirsch.
And short shifts are going to be even more important for Saginaw. We saw in that second period how hemmed in they got with their bench a little further away. Smart play right there by Zilkin. Instead of ragging time and trying to get a chance, as he did to start the second period, he got it caught out there for a minute 40. Dump, change, new line out there for Saginaw.
Campbell up for Jack Pridham. Shifts it in around Jacob Kluche, takes Josh Glavin into the wall. Centering feed, that one disrupted by Carson Harmer before Humphreys could do anything with it, but he's got it again. Long shot from the point into the skates of Jacob Kluche. And Jack Pridham comes over with a vengeance to knock that puck away from Ryan Hanrahan. Humphreys kept it alive on the back edge of the line. One linesman said no, the other one says yes. Justin Cornell had his arm up in the air after Devin Gale waved it off. This goes down. No icing, back in behind the netminder Kirsch. Now up on the stretch pass for Humphreys. Down the wing. Cuts back and looks towards the middle. Humphreys drops it off for Pridham. Poke check there by Saginaw's Jacob Kluche. Now this is Carson Harmer up to the air, out to center. Matt Andonovski. Up for Luca Romano. Those two linked up for the first goal in this hockey game. 1 minute and 28 seconds into game number 3.
And already double shifting. We go right back to Barabanov, Klepov, and Zilkin.
Jared Woolley snaps that one off Blake Barnes. And back in behind Shurigan. Rangers with speed. It's Sherratt. Pulls it off the back apron of the net. Nikita Klepov there to cut him off. Campbell near side for Cameron Reed. Campbell again. Takes the shot, deflected just wide, and back in behind the goal it goes. Tanner Lamb for Reed in the circle. Rangers in the offensive end. That one deflected by Campbell. Off that of Klepov, he slams his in frustration.
Good action here early in the period. Kitchener doing what you'd expect them to do. Not many looks in front of Kirsch so far. Shurigan being tested already. Now Kitchener counters with their top line.
Dylan Edwards off the face-off. A wobbling puck that's settled down by Reed. Over to Campbell. Reed again takes the shot. Deflection. They wave it off. It hit the goalpost in behind Shurigan. O'Reilly from the corner. Close call here in overtime. On the near side, Reed. Campbell. Edwards again from the circle. Takes a shot, and that one deflects up and out of play. Did that hit the bar as well? 17-10 left in overtime. Stepan Shurigan seems to think so.
Wow, as close as you can get. The first shot off the inside of the post and out.
That's the first try there from O'Reilly. Hits the goalpost to the right of Stepan Shurigan. This is the one we just saw off the bar and out. That's at least 3 goalposts for the Rangers in this hockey game. You rarely see 2 on the same shift in overtime. O'Reilly wins the ozone draw. Rangers getting closer. Here's Edwards, backhanded to the net. That just drifts into the far corner. Cameron Reed on it again. Up to Dylan Edwards. Takes a shot into traffic. Blocked in behind the Spirit net. Blake Barnes taken into the wall by Arquette. He moves it to Josh Glavin. Off the glass, glove down by Reed at center. O'Reilly put it right back onto the stick of Bodie Stewart. And O'Reilly sends it back down in behind the net of Kirsch. Campbell up for Dylan Edwards. Spirit changing. Edwards, that's disrupted by the stick of the rookie Hanrahan. Jack Pridham chases it down. Bodie Stewart fishes that one out of his skates. Glavin off the glass, over some heads and out to center ice again. Jared Woolley over for Andonovski, and the Rangers ramp it back in behind the net of Shurigan. Humphreys blew a tire in front of Josh Glavin. That gives Levi Harper a window to get out of the defensive zone. Andonovski shuts it down at the Ranger blue line. Christian Humphreys on this one. Taking a look for an option. Woolley is hopped up on the rush. He leads it in. Sends a pass rink wide for Pridham. Back through the seam. Off Kluche. Humphreys the follow-up. That one blocked by the Spirit forward Kluche as well. Andonovski on the restart again. 4 minutes and some change have elapsed here in overtime. This one's back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Klepov and Sherratt had the third period goals to get us here. Tanner Lamb from in behind the Spirit net. This is Hayden Ellis. Walks out. Iracolo looking out the other side of the goal mouth and back out at center ice. This is Alexander Bilecki.
Well, right now, if you're Saginaw, you have to think they're going to get one shot at some point here off an on-man rush. Kitchener continues to pour it on.
Lamb walking in. Handcuffed by Kluche. Can't get a shot away. Play continues. This is on for Harmer. And Sherratt comes over to take a piece out of him. Reed keeps it in. Josh Glavin doesn't have a stick in the D zone for Saginaw. Sherratt off the boards. Sherratt still. Then Campbell. Sharp angle try off the stick side of Shurigan and wide. This one all the way back down into the Rangers' end. As Glavin gets back to the Spirit bench. That shot off a body on the shoot-in. This is Reed again. Similar to what we said of Saginaw's top line here in overtime, we have seen Cameron Reed quite a bit here to start OT. Snapped back in by O'Reilly. James Go tries to get it away from Dylan Edwards. Reed keeps it alive. Cross ice for Campbell, and that one deflected off Klepov. Out of play again for another face-off in the Spirit zone.
And if you do get one shot, if you're Saginaw, you have to wonder, we've seen a few times in this game where it has been go, go, go for Kitchener, and you catch Christian Kirsch just off guard just a little bit. Because it has been all Kitchener so far here in overtime.
O'Reilly wins that back off Dylan Edwards. Campbell's shot is blocked by Zhilkin. Lays down in the corner where Arquette backhands it too far for O'Reilly. Saginaw has James Go on it there. Tied up in the skates of the official. Here's Campbell on the steal. Near side O'Reilly. That one blocked by Drew Roscoe. James Go out to Zhilkin at center. Barabanov back to help. They'll start taking the chances with these three out. Roscoe closed off by Dylan Edwards. And just back in behind the Kitchener net. Campbell for Reed. Up to Arquette. There for O'Reilly, who's had his close calls in this game. Throws it in front, looking for Arquette. That one off his stick blade. Back in behind the Spirit net. O'Reilly and James Go. Then it's on the stick of Saginaw's Jensen Geldart. Just gets the center red and sends it back in for Brody Najim. It's his first shift here in overtime. Geldart whacks it around. Arquette goes to the air here for the Rangers. And a bouncing puck that Barnes has to come back and get before there's an icing call, or there is no icing as a result. Humphreys in front, tries to lay that one down. Romano for Bilecki, takes a shot. Pad save, they score on the rebound. Romano crosses the crease, and the Rangers in overtime secure a 3-0 series advantage.
Kitchener never let Saginaw up to breathe. And on their 54th shot of the night, the Rangers break through and take a commanding 3-0 lead in the series.
That puck did not have enough speed to get down for the icing. Bilecki the shot, Romano the goal. It is his first of the postseason. He assists on the game's opening goal. And the Islander prospect picks up the game winner himself. 4-3 Kitchener here in game number 3. Thursday night here in this building will be an elimination game. Rangers have won 4 straight opening round series. They'll have an opportunity to make it 5 48 hours from now. We'll take a break. Post game, 3 stars coming up. How did the Spirit rebound from this? What did the Rangers do right to secure the victory in overtime? That's coming up after this. Saginaw Spirit Playoff Hockey presented by Dow.
From the pipes that carry clean water to the air systems that keep us cool, our members don't just fix problems, they prevent them. Building systems that last. It's not just about the work, it's about the pride, the craftsmanship, and the commitment to doing the job right. Whether it's bringing clean water to your home, designing and managing industrial systems, or keeping the air you breathe safe, UA Local 85 delivers excellence on every job. Because when you're building the future, there's no room for shortcuts. Contact UA Local 85 today.
At Northwood University, we believe success isn't just about what you learn in the classroom. It's about how you apply it in the real world. Our undergraduate, graduate, and online programs give students real-world experience, industry connections, and the skills needed to lead in today's competitive job market. Whether you're looking to start your career or advance in your field, Northwood has opportunities for you. It's time to make a power play for your future at America's Free Enterprise University. Visit northwood.edu today.
This is Christiana Malagata, and this week on That's What She Said, we're spilling the tea with a self-described yes woman who is a ray of sunshine for everyone in her circle. Allie Huntoon talks about recognizing stress, trying new things, and how she stays active and positive. Tune in.
That's What She Said with Christiana Malakata. Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday evenings at 6 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com.
The Ramsey Show.
You actually can help people, and you don't help them by giving them a government program. You help them by showing them the way out. People love me enough to put their arm around me and show me a different way. I didn't figure it all out in my own head. So there's a power to hope. That's not some kind of false panacea positive thinking way. It works. You can't positive think your way into everything, but you can't negative think your way into anything.
The Ramsey Show, weeknights at 9 on WSGW. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Rangers take the victory in Game 3. They have a 3-0 advantage in their opening round series against the 8th-seeded Saginaw Spirit. 3 shots on goal in that overtime frame. It ends at 6:39, but not before. A couple of strong saves early on from Stepan Shurigan. A single-game career best, 50 saves in this hockey game here for the Spirit netminder. A couple of goalposts as well. 2 of them on the same shift. That one from Dylan Edwards kept the Spirit hanging around for a little bit. The Rangers couldn't believe that didn't go in. Alexander Bilecki fires one off the left pad of Stepan Shurigan, and the rebound is potted home. Luca Romano, who had an assist going into overtime, gets his first postseason goal this year to give the Rangers the 4-3 victory. Final stats brought to you by Raymond. 4 shots for the Rangers in OT. Saginaw did not get a chance to register one, 54-20 in the entire game. Saginaw had the lone power play goal. Bring it back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth one more time tonight. Dylan Clark, Jack Snevice, and Jack, a Ranger team that did not give Saginaw even a moment to breathe in overtime.
And I think it's pretty clear the better team won, right? They had the firepower, they had the depth, and whatever was said in that locker room clearly woke them up, because as dominant as they were all game, the Kitchener Rangers, and how much they peppered Stepan Shurigan, I don't even think Saginaw had the puck in the offensive end for almost the entire 7 minutes of overtime. That's the veteran presence. That's the 1-seed Rangers. That is why they had their sights on not only an OHL championship, but a Memorial Cup. You saw that on display. The veteran presence was the veteran presence, and up and down the lineup. We talked about the depth, right? It was Bilecki, third-pairing D-man, Romanov, second-line center. They tally up for the goal. They tally up for the game winner in a 3-0 series lead.
Heavy advantage there for Kitchener in the shooting department. We'll take a look at the 3 stars of tonight's game. Lots of standout performers here in this one. 3 stars brought to you by Applebee's. Jack, what do we got?
Well, James Go, 3rd star for Saginaw. I think he probably played almost 35 minutes tonight. He was everywhere. He did so well in the defensive end. He added a goal and an assist as well. For Kitchener, I don't think there's any surprises here. Gabriel Charrot, draft pick of the Vancouver Canucks, scored the tying goal in that seeing eye shot. 14-21 mark of the third period. And Luca Romano, 2 points here tonight, his first 2 of the series, including the game-winning goal in overtime. The New York Islanders prospect iced things and gave his team a 3-0 series lead.
3 stars of game number 3 brought to you by Applebee's. And the remaining schedule here of this first round series, game 4 on Thursday night here in this building, 7:05 puck drop. It is an elimination game. The Spirit fighting for the playoff lives here, down 3-0. If they can force a game 5, it would be back in Kitchener on Friday. It would be a back-to-back and would get interesting if we need extra hockey, as we did here in this game. But Saginaw is hoping that they can force that 5th game in Kitchener on Friday, April the 3rd. Game 4, an elimination game. You can watch that on Flow Hockey, as always. And, of course, tune in live on 100.5 FM WSGW. We will have pregame for you. 7:05 puck drop pregame starts at 6:50. 3-0. A commanding advantage for the Kitchener Rangers, but they've been through it on the other side. We'll see what kind of history is written here into the books here in 2026. Rangers 4, Saginaw 3 in overtime. Luca Romano scores the game winner at 6:39. Andy Harrington's been our broadcast technical director here inside the Dow Events Center. Matthew Lester is back at the WSGW studios. For Jack Snevice and all of us here in Saginaw, my name is Dylan Clark. Thanks so much for being with us tonight, everybody. Good night, Saginaw, and we will see you for a crucial Thursday night game 4.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.